Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Can you feel it? Get up, get out of bed. No, don't get out of bed. If you're still in bed, enjoy it, savor it, because it's almost the holidays. A very good morning. My name is Graham Richards. Welcome to our very last edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show for 2019. Don't worry, we will be back on the 6th of January, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but it's kind of a bittersweet feeling to be wrapping up the year. It's been such a fantastic year, a new move to a new studio, new members joining our team. It really has been amazing. And of course, we want to savor every last moment that we have with you, and we've jam-packed today's show. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be festive. It's going to be a little bit emotional as well, and we'll get into why we think it's been such an emotional and groundbreaking year. So many high points. And we'll tackle some of those that have really stood out in our lives. But I think why it's a bit of a gilt-edged sword for me is because I'm going to be saying goodbye to my team after our live show today, which means one last day for me to savor with my beautiful family. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Very good morning, brother man, and a very good morning to you, beautiful people. Thanks for joining us at the start of another brand new day. It's so good to be in your company. And yes, the very last show of your Feel Good Breakfast Show for 2019 on this Friday. We hope that you've enjoyed a fantastic year with us, filled with entertainment, with inspiration, with motivation, aplenty. And as always, we get you started off for the day by taking a look at the temperatures, this time now for the final time this year. And in major parts of the country this morning, and of course you can see how it affects what you're wearing today. Rain will return in Johannesburg on Saturday evening into the following week with strong thunderstorms, which are expected with partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures ranging between 17 to 30 degrees. It's a warm rain, so do expect to be experiencing that. Bring along a warm jacket if you will as well. Now moving on to Durban, a passing shower is expected today, but warmer temperatures arrive on Saturday. Rain then returns again on Sunday with a thunderstorm around. Temperatures will be ranging between 21 and 31 degrees Celsius, and humidity will remain high. In the friendly city this weekend, plenty of sunshine can be expected with a morning shower in places on Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful temperatures are still expected, with temperatures ranging between a fresh 17 degrees and reaching an average warm 25 degrees. If you're going to be in the mother city celebrating the festive season, it seems to be giving us a little bit of the chills. This morning a bit more rainy than chilly, but rain, however, seems to clear up for today with sun returning, and still you can expect some cloud cover towards the evening, and light morning showers are expected for the weekend. So you may need to hold off on those beach plans, stay indoors, maybe get a couple of friends around. Temperatures will be ranging between a comfortable 15 to 24 degrees. So that's what you can expect, and hopefully that informs what you are wearing today. Me, just kind of keeping it nice and chilled. Got a nice little zip-up cardigan to go with my grey golfer, and keeping it nice and standard with blue jeans and some black boots. So maybe show us, what are you wearing today? How are you getting into the weekend vibe and the weekend spirit of things? In fact, let's quickly reflect back on what 2019 has been like. What has been your big highlight for this big year? And it's been a dramatic one in many, many ways. And maybe you have some highlights to share with us. So please do so, and let's get this day underway.
So 2019 will be done and dusted in just a few days. So I'm asking you guys to take a moment, take stock. You can take a deep breath as you do that. Look back at some of your own personal successes, the things that have stood out, the highlights for you in your own life, but also take cognizance of how much we have achieved this year. It's been a while since South Africa had such a rough start to the year in a kind of a general consciousness where the country was, but it seemed to unite us in the most amazing way. And then, of course, the Rugby World Cup. Not only did we win the Rugby Championship, but we did something that I think few people thought we would be able to achieve, and we took the Webb Ellis Trophy in the most dramatic fashion as well. And I think that moment for me is probably the highlight, being able to stand there as Sia and the team came past during the trophy tour and just scream our lungs out and see him screaming his lungs out and just having that moment to revel in our unity as a country. That to me is undoubtedly my highlight for 2019. But how do you feel? What has been your personal success this year? Maybe you landed a new job, maybe you had a child, maybe you got married or you're about to get married. There's still a little bit of time. I'm talking to you, Chad. But you can let us know what some of your highlights have been for 2019. What stands out in this amazing, dramatic year that we've been experiencing? I think as a unified country, the first time we've felt truly unified in a long time. What has been the best part of 2019? Share with us on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page and we'll share it with you.
Well, guys, just gone 5 minutes past the hour, and here's a final look at your headlines, or the start at least of this Friday morning. Now, the government yesterday announced what it calls digital transformation plans to enable South Africa to respond to the fourth industrial revolution challenges. Meanwhile, the Western Cape government has delivered 90,000 litres of water to the drought-stricken Karoo. Places to which water was transported included Ladysmith, Zoar, Prince Albert and Lanesburg. On the international front, Zambia has legalized the production and export of cannabis for economic and medical purposes, becoming the latest country to shift its position on the drug to give its finances a boost. The move could earn Zambia some $36 billion annually. Now, halfway across the world from Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump on Wednesday became just the third president in U.S. history to be impeached, his counterpart in the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, made it clear that he has the American president's back. And finally, remember how at the Oscar ceremony earlier this year, Trevor Noah presented Black Panther as one of the Best Pictures nominees and mocked those who thought Wakanda was a real place? Well, he said he still remembers growing up as a young boy in Wakanda and how he would see T'Challa, i.e. the Black Panther, flying over the village. Well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture went ahead and listed Wakanda as a free trade partner, despite it being a fictional country. The department hosted a detailed list of goods the two nations apparently traded, including ducks, donkeys and dairy cows. The fictional country was then suddenly removed from the list after the U.S. media first queried it, then prompted jokes that the countries had started a trade war. Long live Wakanda, I guess. Well, on that note, let's take a look at the sporting headlines.
And of course, the South African Sevens team, they'll be looking to bounce back from their narrow loss last weekend when they faced Kenya, England and Japan in the next leg of the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series that takes place in Hamilton in New Zealand. Staying with rugby, the Rugby World Cup winning prop Tendai Beast Mtwararira has announced that he will join Old Glory DC, a rugby team based in Washington, and will take part in the major rugby league competition. What an asset for them. And former Scotland captain Greg Ladlow yesterday announced his retirement from international rugby. He's the third senior player from the Scottish team to go into retirement following the 2019 Rugby World Cup. On to cricket, it was announced that England's three-day match against the South African A team starting at Willowmill Park tomorrow has been downgraded due to a few members of the England national team suffering from an illness. And on to footy, the Premier League clash between West Ham United and Liverpool has been postponed as well due to the Reds' participation in the FIFA World Cup, or the Club World Cup rather. Other league matches will continue as scheduled, though, with the top of the table clash between Manchester City and Leicester City. That's 2 plays 3 taking place tomorrow. But we're going to delve into all of our upcoming weekend sports and football, and of course our incoming test series and all the recent permutations in cricket in the first hour of the show. So stick around.
A very good morning to you. It's a beautiful Friday morning as we are gearing up for the weekend. Let's have the first look at your weather this morning. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Lena Peterson sent us the spectacular skyline from Sea Point, where mainly sunny conditions are expected, with a couple of showers in the evening, reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Thank you so much, Lena. And Denver Brown sent us this bold sunrise from CBD in Cape Town, where sunny conditions are expected with a strong northwesterly wind. reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Now to have a look at the rest of South Africa, starting off in Polokwane with a maximum of 32 degrees and a minimum of 19, and high humidity for Mbombela at 33 with a low of 19. It's a partly cloudy day in Pretoria with temperatures ranging from 20 reaching a high of 29, and light drizzle is to be expected for Johannesburg at 18:32, Mahikeng 21:36, Klerksdorp 20:36, Kimberley peaks at 36 as well with a low of 18, and Bloemfontein 15:34, Richards Bay 23 and peaks at 29, and high humidity for Pietermaritzburg at a high of 28 with a low of 18. And at Durban 23:25, Mthatha 16:30, and occasional rain for West London at temperatures ranging from a minimum of 20 reaching a high of 26. And southeasterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in Kredok at a peak of 36 and a low of 15. And Port Elizabeth, the friendly city, is 18:26. George, a partly cloudy day as well at 15:24, and the lowest temperature in the country, Sutherland, with a minimum of 8 degrees reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. And a couple of showers for Cape Town at a low of 16 reaching a high of 22, and southeasterly wind of 22 kilometers an hour in Worcester with a high of 29 and a low of 13. Springbok 10:30, and the highest temperature in the country is in Uppington with a maximum of 37 with a low of 19. Wherever you are, whatever you do, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good day.
Feel good day indeed it will be. It is Friday, of course, the 20th of December. It's the final day. I know it's very sad, but today we're talking about the highlights of your year. You know what the highlights of my year has been? Is coming on the show and making sure that I'm always stepped into the new. And stepping in herself is Nutcracker. Yes, looking fly, honey boo boo.
Thank you so much, my darling, bringing the sunshine in this rainy weather in Cape Town. You looking gorgeous with your
Thank you so much,
floral.
Floral. Of course, we're ending off the year 2020 on the show with a bang. We started 2 months ago, and now we are just elevating into the newness.
Imagine, Tommy, 2 months and so much growth and so much sass. Our fashion style has elevated as well with Woolworths.
Absolutely. Now, Woolworths' phenomenal 5 weeks of newness campaign is guaranteed to elevate your fashion into the new. Now, this week we are going a summer escape with international South African model Chelsea Hart. Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, who left for Italy 6 years ago to pursue her modeling career and lives in London, comes home to enjoy time with the people closest to her during the hot summer months. Now, when talking about the Summer Escape capsule collection, she says, I love wearing maxi dresses. They're so comfortable and easy to wear. Yes, we're here for it. Now, we've enjoyed wearing some of the looks ourselves with our very own fashion director and stylist, Taryn Oppel, unpacking the capsule yesterday to display how easy it is to wear white on white when you pair it with warm, neutral accessories and delicate jewelry. Now, lovely ladies, like Kirtley and Anne looked so chic and their own take on how light and easy this looks, right?
Absolutely. Now, we gave you a chance at home to go ahead and ahead of the curve with our exciting competition to win a 2,000 Rand Woolworths voucher. 2,000 Rand Woolworths voucher. Now, the competition, unfortunately, is closed, but you can still shop in this capsule in-store, online, or in the Woolies app and see what other limited edition, ethereal, and flirty items are available until this Sunday. So keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast show in the new year as we at Woolies make sure you are always keeping your fashion a top priority.
And the funny thing is, even though we're keeping it a top priority, everyone at home loves it too. We actually got this comment in from Linda Kutle Mavuso that said, I love the look and fashion tips. Now I'm changing my wife's wardrobe to woollied robe. Woollied robe. That's
Woollied robe, that's a thing. I actually absolutely like that.
Love it.
Woollied robe, especially with the specials that are happening, the kind of items that they have, also the quality and longevity of the items. You can definitely switch it up and make it a woolly robe.
And like I always say, the sexiest thing to wear is, of course, confidence.
Well, from talks of all things fashion to all the fashion of the weekend, which will entail a lot of sport, and you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be a lot of action going down.
Some
from PSL, of course, to the English Premier League, which will see some crackers going down. Man, wow.
Spurs, Chelsea.
Yes,
Really
yes,
exciting.
yes,
It's going to be a
yes.
test. It's going to be a big test. I'm starting to come to terms with Mourinho.
Are you? Because
I can actually watch
you're
football
winning
again.
under him.
Yeah, no, we'll be doing all right.
Yeah.
1 out of 19. What? No, I'm sorry. No, it's too early for shade. No, it was,
No,
that was rough. I'm sorry,
it's
boy.
okay.
I'm sorry.
You can
No, it
keep
was
it
rough.
coming. We can take
was
it.
rough.
It's fine.
It was
We're
rough,
in a
but I think-
building phase, and it's fine. It's fine.
I think it's all right. But one thing we are going to chat about as we preview the upcoming festive season of sports is all that's gone on in the world of cricket. Graham Smith, Jacques Kallis, Charles Langerveld,
yes.
all in the mix. AB de Villiers coming back. Is AB coming
Boucher.
back? Is he
Boucher.
coming back?
The
It's
Boucher.
crazy, man. So we're going to delve a little into that. But you can let us know how you're feeling about all of the weekend sport. Maybe you're an Arsenal supporter and you want to share the solidarity this morning.
Oh, you can make my day. I'm my Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning, the very last Friday of this year for us. And, man, it's going to be a very exciting one, at least. From a sporting perspective, as we look to the weekend with lots and lots of action on the local football scene, the international football scene in terms of the Premier League and, of course, cricket, as we said earlier on. But what should we focus on? There's just so much to talk about.
Let's start with the PSL because we've been chatting about this and I think we've both been a little remiss for not being as invested in the PSL as we probably should be because it's our local football league.
Absolutely.
Has it lost a little bit of its luster? Perhaps. But is it looking better because Chiefs are doing better? I'm not an out-and-out Chiefs supporter. Are you a Chiefs supporter?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, there we go.
For life.
But the PSL looks better to me when the Glamour Boys are doing well. I think Sundowns are obviously kind of there and thereabouts with their draw with Wits. Kind of they're now knocking about and they might mount a title challenge. But it's great to see Chiefs doing so well. But how cool is this? Chiefs will be 50 years old. Half a century
Unbelievable,
of Amakosi for life. When they take on Highlands Park, I think on the 7th of January, the day before that, they will have turned 50 years old. So they're going to be giving tickets away for free.
That's incredible.
For free. So if you can get there, go and support a club that has, I think, brought a little bit of glamour back to the Glamour Boys. I think Ernst Middendorp, after facing so much pressure when he first stepped in and having a bit of a rough one last year, has now proven his chops. But he's got a team that is flying high at the moment. And I think PSL looks better when the Glamour Boys are doing well.
Question is Pito happy now? Is he finally happy? Is he smiling?
But wasn't he telling us? He's telling us to watch something else. Don't you want to watch something else? Don't you want to? You know, when your most winningest coaches in the league are telling you to watch something else, then maybe there is a bit of a problem. But I don't think he'll ever be truly happy until they lift that trophy again. But the PSL has a couple of cool rosters coming up, so keep an eye out. I think the big one for me probably is Bidvest Wits up against Cape Town City. Cape Town City having had the most phenomenal season last year. a very, very shaky year for them. Obviously, letting go of Benny, I think a lot of us...
that was a dramatic one.
struggled with that decision. I felt like it was too soon. Give the guy a chance. But that probably stands out for me.
Absolutely. So that's this Friday, of course, tonight at 8 o'clock. And, of course, Orlando Pirates also haven't had the most successful of seasons. Ninja, hey!
Come on, bro.
The grand.
Come on, bro. Give us something. Give us something.
They've had a dramatic season as well. That's seen the change of coaching staff as well, a shaky start to a new coach as well, who hasn't really, as you say, and I think it's the understanding that once Chiefs are doing well and Orlando Pirates are doing well, the league
is going to do well, yeah.
Good. There's a lot of loyalty around those clubs, so it'll be great to see how they are, how they match up right now to Black Leopards that they take on Saturday at 3:30. So you can check out the rest of the fixtures that we're going to show you right now on screen. Highlands Park taking on Golden Arrows, 3:30 as well. This on Saturday with Baroka FC and Stellenbosch FC, the new boys, at 3:30. Mamelodi Sundowns battling up against Polokwane City at 6 p.m. while Chippa United will see what they can do against SuperSport United at 8:15. That's Saturday's fixtures.
Yeah, Sele up against Amazulu as well. So, sink your teeth into some great PSL action. Be better than us. Yeah. Support your local. Be better than Cat and I. Let's turn our attention to a little farther afield, if you will. The English Premier League, obviously the Carabao Cup, showing some interesting results. The first loss that Liverpool have had in like 5 years.
Do you ever count those though?
No,
because
you
it's
don't.
not really.
It's
a second string.
They're in action tonight against, in the Club World Cup or whatever. So a couple of fixtures have been moved around, but a couple of interesting ones coming up. When we look, obviously the West Ham Liverpool game is the game that's been postponed because of Liverpool's action. I think they're in Mexico. But Everton up against Arsenal, embattled Everton.
Well, I'd say embattled Arsenal too. This is a battle of the embattled.
And a lot of battles in the Premier League. Is Freddie the right man? Would you give him the long-term job? Freddie Ljungberg, past player.
He wasn't even in my sights. For me, seeing what Mikel Arteta is doing with Pep Guardiola at City, I always thought, as a former captain, he might need to make a comeback.
The talisman.
Yeah, exactly. He's an assistant right now, so give him the main job at the Gunners, and let's see where he could take the club. So, but right now, Freddie with one win under his belt, not looking too shabby, but I can't really call too much on him at the moment.
Too early to tell.
Then we've got
Man City up against Leicester, probably the pick of the fixtures. You've got 2 plays 3. Leicester have been the surprise package for me, and I say that with all due respect, but they really have been mounting probably one of the most exciting title chasers, in that far behind chasing pack. Now Liverpool just out and out pace setters at the moment, but that's quite an exciting one. Then can we tip our hats for Newcastle? They are, I think, mid-table at the moment. They'll be up against Crystal Palace, but at 11 on the...
This is an obligatory tip of the hat.
Yeah, no, it is, man. For my Geordie brethren, that's absolutely amazing, man. I think another big standout for me, Tottenham Hotspur up against Chelsea.
Yeah.
A new coach, a new old coach, or an old new coach plays a new old coach, or an old new coach.
New old coach.
But that should be an exciting one as well. So we'll have all of those fixtures up there. But again, show us your allegiances. Who are you loving? Who are you supporting? And also, we'd like to hear from you. How do you feel about the new South African dispensation when it comes to cricket? How are you feeling about Bouch at the helm, Graham Smith directing things?
My goodness.
Jacques Callis coming. That's like...
What a change.
It's like the 2000s have come back.
The 2000s have now made a massive, massive comeback. Let's see what impact they can make. Share your thoughts with us. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. That's where you can find us on Facebook, at Twitter, at Expresso Show on Twitter. And, of course, always #Expresso Show.
Well, it's all come down to this. We have reached the final day in our 15 days of giveaways, courtesy of Dion Wyatt. Now we are down to our last 2 prizes, and we have a lucky winner on the line who is about to take it for the week. Coming to us live from Limpopo, we've got Amanda Clitty. Amanda, welcome to Expresso. Amanda, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Amanda, do you realize you're about to become a part of the Limpopo Champions League?
Well, now I do, because I can see that.
I love it. Okay, so Amanda, what prize are you hoping for today?
I don't know, anything could be a bonus.
I know.
Like an early Christmas present.
Oh, I get excited for you. Okay, cool. So we've got numbers 4 and 8. I'm nervous. Which number are you going to be picking, Amanda?
Well, Well, the family voted and they decided on number 8.
Okay, so the family has voted on number 8, Jamie. Would you do us the honors? Could we get a drum roll, please? Amanda, are you ready?
Amanda, you have won yourself a Kenwood juice extractor worth 1,299 rand.
Yes! Congratulations, Amanda!
Thank you
Aww.
Amazing.
so much.
Can we come to your house for some juice?
Sorry?
Can we come to your house for some juice?
Yes?
Yes!
No problem.
We're coming, freshly squeezed.
Congratulations, Amanda. Of course, now Amanda becoming a part of the Limpopo Champions League. It's growing and growing every single day. Congratulations, taking that final prize for the week. But that's not all for today. We have one more prize left, and we will be finding out a little bit later who our last lucky winner is. So make sure that you keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're making dreams come true with Dion Wired.
Stream Fireplace.
Dion Wired, where humans go for technology.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth. A support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported, and given a fighting chance against cancer.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning, and of course we welcome you back to the show, our final one of 2019. And at the tail end of the year, what better time to look back at the momentous 2019 that has brought us technological innovations, triumphs, failures, scares, and successes. And here to help us make sense of this year's biggest technology news stories is our resident friend in tech, Brian Smith. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much to be back, and what a year it's been.
What a year.
Literally,
Yes,
what
it's
a
great.
year it's been. We've seen so many videos going viral because of this specific app, and I think it's the most silent success story. I'm talking about the social media app TikTok. Why is it so successful with, I think, over 1 billion downloads?
So this is absolutely amazing, and I think as you were just saying off air, if you're over 16, there's a chance you've never heard of this.
Yeah.
But if you're under 16, there's a chance you're using this every single day. It's perhaps one of the biggest success stories in social media yet. And essentially what TikTok has done is take the format of stories and live video content that Facebook, Instagram, even Snapchat have tried, and it's really made it successful with a younger generation. It's essentially a platform where you can share your talents, perhaps a skit comedy, anything perhaps like from Vine back in the day, if you happen to remember that.
Yeah, what happened to that?
We don't talk about Vine, it lives on here.
It lives on in our hearts.
But this is essentially one of the most unprecedented successes, especially in capturing a youthful audience. And it's likely that sort of as this generation that uses TikTok and is sort of really familiar with using TikTok grows up, this is going to change the way we experience and use social media, from the content we create to the content we watch.
Yeah. And of course, as Mark Zuckerberg moves forward to take an even bigger piece of the pie that is the world and our lives, he launched forth with a plan to get into cryptocurrency.
Absolutely.
Some kind of cryptocurrency.
So this was perhaps the most surprising news of 2019 coming from Facebook, and especially a company that's really been dogged by privacy scandals the past couple of years. So essentially what Facebook's Libra token is, or was, is essentially based on the same cryptocurrency protocols and principles that Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, digital currencies might be. The plan was to create a currency that can be used in the Facebook app, in different messaging platforms, and in partners such as MasterCard. However, given some regulatory sort of purview from organizations around the world, Libra's coming under increasing pressure. A number of those partners, such as MasterCard, have now pulled out from the alliance that would foster this cryptocurrency. So it remains to be seen if we're actually going to see this develop. But what it does open the door for is for other companies to go forth and create their own currencies, to think about how they can create economies within their own apps of sharing, of exchanging value between users. And that's going to be a real big thing to look forward to going into the future.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. And then Elon Musk, he had a bump of a year, right? With his company SpaceX. But then remind us, what is Starlink and what makes it so significant?
So perhaps one of the most powerful ideas of this decade is we've succeeded in connecting more than 2 billion, 3 billion people to the internet. But that's not enough if you consider that we've got an emerging population of more than 7.5 billion people in the world. So how do we connect those remaining people is really the biggest challenge, because many of them live in rural regions around the world, regions that's typically quite difficult to access in terms of internet connectivity. So we've seen different ideas from the likes of Google and Facebook. What SpaceX under Elon Musk have come up with is a plan to create a geosynchronous, so tethered to orbit, satellite network that can beam down high-speed broadband to locations all around the world. And this essentially is the plan to begin creating almost a worldwide Wi-Fi network, if you will, of availability of hotspots where people from all descriptions around the world can connect to the internet easily.
And it kind of slaps you like cold reality when you think about the fact that at the end of this year we're closing off the decade. And as we look to start a new one, what would you say is the single most significant technology news story of this year, maybe the past decade as well, that will be influenced by?
I think there have been many, many great and interesting, scary advents this past decade, but I don't think there's been one that will change as much going forward in the realm of social media, in the realm of privacy, how we consider our data, than Facebook's Cambridge Analytica scandal, which is where users' data was accessed improperly to influence the results of the previous US election in which Donald Trump was elected president. I think this is going to be seen as the watershed moment in terms of how users interact with their privacy. It'll change how social media platforms and social experiences are built, and I think it's going to be one of the most powerful ideas going into the next decade of how much of your own data do you own and what can be done with it.
Yeah, and it kind of hasn't really stopped, because that momentum gathered from the day he was elected into office to his very recent impeachment and the ripple effect of that.
Absolutely. If you consider President Obama sort of perfected the idea of virality in his election campaign, but President Trump's campaign trail essentially was about mastering, manipulating user data to create really powerful ads to sway voters. And that's going to be a massive thing to consider going forward.
Into the world of deepfakes.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much, Brian Smith. It's been an absolute pleasure having you expert knowledge all throughout the year. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the world of technology. Let us know what are some of the exciting news stories from a technological point of view that have, of course, engrossed your imagination of the past year.
I think you can divide people into two groups. Yeah, those that find Christmas shopping a breeze, or those that find it a nightmare. I think some people just know how to do it. They're prepared. Some, I think, find it a little bit more challenging. I don't know where I kind of sit. Maybe I have one foot on either side of the fence. But if you're the kind that struggles to find the right gift,
then you might be inspired by Jamie Lee and Tabiso's recent shopping trip to Game. Now, they shop for the whole family in one easy, quick trip. Let's check out how they did it.
For us, they bought us presents.
Jamie, I have to be honest with you. Having a big family can be a blessing and a curse. It's great because big parties, big braais, lots of love. But it also means big shopping lists, eh?
I'm literally working out a sweat here. But honey boo child, add kids onto that list, it gets more insane.
Well, with the festive season here now, I'm thinking about who to get gifts for. It means everyone. Friends, family members, colleagues, the works.
And that is why I love Game, because you can shop for absolutely everyone right here. Auntie, uncle, everything. And you can practice your back swing.
So, Jamie, you've got Gran, you've got Dad, you've got my sister, my niece. It's a lot of gifts to get, also for the relatives that are going to pop by. Do you think we can do all of this shopping in one go?
Listen, give me 1 hour and we'll be sorted.
Okay, let's start with Dad.
Look at this. Outdoor adventure.
Yo, Jamie!
Wait, I actually think I got it. You know, most South African dads love the outdoors, love the braai, love living their best life. What about this Camp Master outdoor chair? Like, will your dad love it?
You are so right. It's like you know my dad. My dad, I can see him literally living in this at home, at a braai, at the beach, basically everywhere he goes. I love it. But in fact, I love the navy blue ones. I'm gonna grab 2.
Okay, grannies are a bit more difficult to buy for. You want to make it personable, you want to make it sentimental. What kind of grandmother is she?
You've described her, very sentimental. She really cares about the smallest things in life, but also very reminiscent. She likes to look at old pictures and stuff. So I'm thinking albums, but albums are tricky. She's already got hundreds of them, so I don't know.
Okay, so Game has this amazing home selection. You have photo frames, take a picture with you and the family, pop it in, and pajamas in a box, and you'll be the best grandson again. Okay.
Well, there's quite a few frames, and the thing is she hasn't got enough wall to put all of them. What about this one?
I like it. It's a rustic feel. If you like it, she might like it, hey?
I think it's not going to be a difficult one to figure out whose pictures are going in here because I'm the favorite grandchild. My picture, her picture, our picture together. Yes, Granny.
Put it in here. Okay, let's go to the kids. My aisle. This is my aisle.
Okay, cool, Mama. Let's go.
This way, this way. So come, we still have shopping to do, man.
Oh, just wait a little, Jamie Lee. I always make time for my fans. Jamie, you know, when it comes to the games, I always say the adults have just as much fun as the kids, eh?
Oh, no, absolutely. You take a soccer ball with you on vacation and you have an absolute crowd pleaser. But of course, you have beautiful Cluedo, you have 30 seconds. It's a gift for absolutely everyone, hey?
These are perfect. I actually need to stock up on a few of them. And I think I can think of 1 or 2 colleagues who might even enjoy them as well.
I love them, but wait, you know what? I want to show you something special.
Yeah.
Come with me, come with me.
Okay, I'll grab. What are you showing me?
Come! Okay, how amazing is this? So I have to tell you something. When we were growing up, we never had dolls that look like us. Now we have them, and I think this is a perfect gift for a little girl, little boy, anyone, eh?
I know, just the girl for this. My niece, my tukumama. Look at this brown skin girl. Oh, Jamie.
I told you.
I love it.
Okay, friend, shopping for your partner is usually a tough one, okay? Because they've been giving you hints the entire year long, but all you have to do is listen. But firstly, I think that maybe tech or something for home appliances would do the trick, right?
See, now you've got me thinking. My partner loves to travel, loves music, and it sounds to me like headphones are a good time, eh?
Sounds amazing. I think we should actually go and look at it, okay?
Let's go. Where are they?
Okay, Uncle Tabsy, here they are. Do you like them?
I love them, but which ones scream, I love you?
Okay, definitely these black ones. Beautiful, sexy, bold. Try them on.
Oh, witness the fit.
Tabby, sir, can you hear me? Can you? Noise cancelling.
These are really awesome, eh?
Okay.
Whoa, Jamie. Wow, we've done so well today. We've managed to get all of my Christmas shopping done in one go, but also one store.
You're absolutely so welcome. I told you we'll get the entire family sorted in 1 hour. But you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna get myself a coffee. You can buy my gift and pay for all of this, okay? I love you, boo-boo.
What do I even get her?
Man, you guys had a blast.
Tabby
Since
still
did you see
missing.
that?
Yeah.
Huh? Messing around, go game, yeah.
He's like, yes.
But the question is, did you actually bring us anything from
Well,
there?
there's still 2.5 hours left of the show. We might surprise you
You're
with some
getting me all
young
excited.
something.
You're getting me excited. Are you serious?
Or maybe not.
Wow.
We'll see. You'll have to stick
Launch
around
pad.
for that.
Sis Princess, what are your plans for the holidays? This is the last show of the year.
Yes,
What are you doing?
I'm going home. It's a big wedding for my uncle.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Nice.
on the 29th.
Lovely, lovely. So you're going to see all the family. Are you looking forward to seeing anyone in particular?
Yes.
Who?
My grandmother.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I know. You must eat the step. You must.
Yes.
Are you here?
Yes. I know.
What's Hannah Lily?
Sarah Liena.
Remix today.
Great Arabica beans, McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Hey, hey, hey. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. It's your special day today. That's why we celebrate with you, because it's your birthday. And so...
If you ever wondered why at the start of a birthday thing I go... So I'm looking for an Afrikaans one that I can do. No, I'm not. I'm really... No, what I'm really looking for is a nice video dedication, because we love it when you guys send some awesome videos. And this one's coming through from Piwe to Sazi Piwe. Happy birthday. Take a look. You gotta swim the crawl. You gotta swim the crawl.
My birthday.
I love it. Happy birthday, Piwe.
Lovely one. Thank you, Piwe.
Caesar Piwe. And then a happy birthday to you, Lexi. May your birthday be full of happy hours and special moments to remember for a long, long time. Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday. Well, this next wish going out to Riley, saying, I don't have words to describe what I feel for you. Having you in our lives has been the best thing that's ever happened to us. Happy birthday, Riley. All cheeks, just cheeks. Then this one saying a happy 31st birthday to our mommy, Mary Ann Joseph. May the Father God keep you for many, many more years. Please stay the best and sweetest mom that you've been to us. We love you so much. From Mishka and Marcy. Happy birthday, Mary Ann.
Then happy 12th birthday to my one and only daughter, Nontobeko Mtolo. May you be blessed more. Always know that you are all to me. And this is from Mama C. D. Lovely
Gorgeous
stuff
young
there.
lady.
Also, happy 13th birthday to our beautiful daughter, Iman. You light up our lives, and we wish you an amazing 13th birthday. This is with love from Mom, Dad, Tamsin, and Paige. Happy birthday, Iman.
Ah, then a very special birthday wish to an amazing husband and dad, James. May the Almighty grant you many more years. May all your dreams and wishes come true. Stay the amazing dad that you are. This comes with lots of love from your wifey, Annie, and your gorgeous babies, James Jr., eh? James II and Micah.
Lovely stuff.
And then we wish Robbie Robenheimer a happy birthday. Thank you for everything you've been doing for all of us and all your teachings. That's from Rachel Robenheimer and the grandkids.
Uncle Robbie!
Swagger.
Uncle Robbie!
Swagger.
I love it. Okay, so this next birthday wish is going out to our beautiful mother, Janie Martin. Thank you for everything that you've done for our family. We appreciate it and we love you so much. May God bless you with a cup overflowing goodness and mercy. Yes. Also, a happy 21st birthday to cousin Rensha Shantae Saunders. May God bless you abundantly with many more years to come. Stay as humble, funny, and caring as you are. Cheers to adulthood. Love from Ralph and the family.
Lovely stuff. And then finally, a happy birthday to the sweetest baby girl, Gemma Lee. Message saying you are such a blessing to have in our lives. Hoping your day will be as bright and beautiful as you are. Stay blessed, sweet girl. Lots of hugs and kisses from Auntie Karen, Taryn, Daniel, and Nahum. Happy birthday, Gemma Lee. What a beautiful picture.
Should we do a birthday song to wrap up?
Yes.
Eh? Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey!
Hey, hey,
Happy birthday, everybody.
And remember that we are going to be back on the 6th of Jan.
Yes.
So if you know somebody whose birthday is on the 6th of Jan, send us those messages.
Now, today. Do it today.
Yeah, so
Don't
we
do
can
it
bank
tomorrow.
And then
ain't nobody going to be listening
You know what I
tomorrow.
mean?
Ain't
Do
nobody
it today.
Happy birthday
We
to
go.
you.
On holiday.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa. Brought to you by Pharma Dynamics.
Friend, do you know that song? The song they were singing?
I don't know, Nachomi-san. No one briefed us on that birthday song.
I just know, don't sala. But 'tis the season to be jolly with your loved ones. La la la. Now, Kuzle visit an Expresso, home that was decorated with lights and festivity to share in the good vibes. Let's take a look at it. 3, 2, 1.
The Christmas cheer is already in the air around shopping centers, but it doesn't really feel like Christmas until the home decorations and lights go up. Earlier on in the week, we asked you, our Expresso family, to send us photos of your Christmas decorated homes, and the Greens answered the call. Now I'm here to pay them a visit. Dominic and Donovan, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us to your amazing home. I have to admit that this is the first time I'm seeing such a thing. It's incredible. The entire neighborhood is gathered outside to see you guys put on the lights. What emotions does Christmas decorations and putting them up in your home bring out of you?
You know, Christmas was always my mom's thing. She loved lights. We lost her 10 years ago to cancer, and it's just something that we as a family vowed to always do and to keep the tradition going. And that's what brings family together and friends together and neighborhoods together. And we've been doing this for like 21 years now.
How are you doing?
Hi, I'm great, thank you.
You look absolutely amazing. But one thing that I really want to ask you is, what do you love most about the Christmas lights?
The atmosphere.
Yes.
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 The atmosphere that brings it makes our neighborhood so festive and cheerful, definitely.
Absolutely vibrant. And also with Christmas, what's your favorite thing about Christmas?
I would say the love. Love that we get from all over, from everyone, whether it be family, friends, neighbors.
I see you have your cute babies with you side to side. What's the most special thing about Christmas for you?
I think bringing family together, that's the most important part, and especially seeing the kids' faces. And they always, this time of the year, they want to come here.
My favorite thing about Christmas is very nice, and you have Santa here with a chair.
Oh yes, Santa is also my favorite part of Christmas. Zoe, you look so pretty.
Thank you.
What's your favorite thing about the Christmas lights?
That they are very colorful and they are beautiful and light.
I love that about them as well. And what's your favorite thing about Christmas?
That we celebrate Jesus' birthday.
I think the most important question that I really want to know is, what does Christmas mean to you and your family?
Christmas for me is togetherness, family, love, joy, happiness.
Yeah,
all those good feeling things.
It's the coming of togetherness of everybody and just enjoy the festive season.
And also it's the time where families can come together at least once a year. And also, to add on that list, food. Everyone can do with a little Christmas cheer, and the Greens are definitely getting their fill this holiday season.
Merry Christmas!
Ho, ho, ho!
Now that is how you decorate a house. Well, Christmas is a very special time of the year. It's the day to sit around a beautifully decorated table and create some happy and blessed memories with family and friends. Now, Christmas is also the time of giving and sharing and spreading the sunshine to all of those around you. And what better way to do this than to curate your own colorful Christmas table? Woolies has you covered, and you can choose from a festive color palette of deep and dramatic reds, shades of blue and green, and metallic tones of gold and silver. So here to sit our Christmas table is Woolworths' homeware design manager, Claire Robinson. Claire, so good to have you on the show.
Alia, thanks.
So we're counting down to Christmas Day. It's literally around the corner. Where does one even begin when it comes to decorating a Christmas table?
Okay, first of all, you decide what colour palette you want to go for.
Yes.
And whether you want to go casual or formal.
Okay.
Because we live in South Africa, a lot of people end up entertaining outside for Christmas.
Yeah.
But today we're going to set a very extravagant, elaborate, over-the-top table.
Yes.
But what you do is you start off with your colour palette. So I've chosen silver and gold and white because metallic at Christmas is really lovely.
It is beautiful.
And it can come through in plates and on the tablecloth and on the crockery as well. So what I've started with is a plain white tablecloth to lay over the table, and you want it hanging on the floor so it looks very sumptuous and full. And then you put an overlay on top of it. We're using one of our tablecloths that's white with this beautiful silver print.
It's gorgeous.
We have other tablecloths in store with different colours and different patterns.
Yeah.
But today this is my choice for our Christmas table.
Fabulous.
And then what you do is you then put on the placemats. So we have these, which are reversible. So they mat on the one side and glitter on the other side.
Stunning.
Okay,
So
I always end up with loads of glitter all over me by the time I finish.
Tis the season.
Yeah. And then
plateware?
Yeah, and then plates. What I've done is I've really mixed a whole lot of print and pattern here because it makes it a little bit more interesting and eclectic. So they're beautiful patterns with the gold design. These have gold rims on them.
Yes.
And then you can mix and match all the different plates, the bowls on as well.
Oh, wow.
So these could be
Look
for
at
soups
this.
or salads, a little starter or anything else that you want.
Well, stunning. Well, we are going to be filling up this table as we go throughout the morning. It's going to be absolutely amazing because we're going to leave Claire now, but we will be back a little bit later. But we also have some great news because we're giving away a 2,000 Rand Woolies voucher today on the show. Yes, today on the show. All you have to do is SMS the keyword Woolies, your name and email address to 33728. Remember, SMSs will cost you R1.50 and all terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. The competition ends this morning at 8:45 a.m. So we're going to announce the winner live on Expresso. Hurry up and, of course, keep your eye on this table because it's going to be changing as the show progresses. We'll be right back after the break.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. It's a beautiful Friday morning, the very last one of 2019 for us, and always great to end it off on a great note when we are giving away fantastic prizes, courtesy of our friends at Dion Wide with our Advent calendar. We've given away so many wonderful prizes that you've each enjoyed, but we have one more, sir.
One more door to open, so one more prize to give away. No surprises, but who've we got on the line there?
We have with us on the line Tulufelo Kambula. Congratulations. Good morning, Tulu.
Morning.
Everyone clap for Tulu. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
She's so
you are a
excited
winner.
right now. She's so excited. You are a winner. How happy are you about that right now?
I'm so excited.
I love that. I love that. So, Tulu, you know that we've given away fantastic prizes, and the very last door is all yours, but I'm going to give you the honor of saying the number on air, live right now. Which number would you like to open?
And you can only choose one, eh?
Number 4.
Oh.
Number 4.
What a brilliant...
Some more.
What a brilliant choice.
Yeah.
What a brilliant choice.
I couldn't have chosen it better myself.
So, congratulations. You have won yourself, valued at a whopping 3,999 Rand, an Oral-B Power Genius toothbrush.
Oh my God.
It is awesome. It looks like something that could go on a spaceship. It looks so space-age and awesome.
So much.
It's ready for the new decade. It's so 2020, Tulu. I don't know what toothbrush you're using right now, but throw that into the bin, into the toilet if you must. Flush it away.
Use it to clean your sneakers, your old toothbrush.
Oh, listen, we are so excited for you. Thank you very much for signing up to the competition, and enjoy your new prize. Listen, do you want to give a festive season holiday shout-out to somebody?
I'd like to say shout out to my boyfriend, Oliver family friend, all the way in Mafikeng, and my family from Clapstop.
Yes, the boyfriend in Mafikeng. He's going to be getting the freshest kisses now with a clean mouth, courtesy of your new toothbrush. Yes! Sulu, enjoy your holidays. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations. All have a fantastic festive season. Well done to all of our winners. Some truly amazing prizes. So thank you so much to Dion Wide for helping us spread some of that festive Christmas cheer. Thousands of rands going to very well-deserving winners. So congratulations to all of you and Merry Christmas.
Well, it's just before 7 o'clock this morning. Let's take a look at what's happening in those national headlines. The government yesterday announced what it calls digital transformation plans to enable South Africa to respond to the fourth industrial revolution challenges. The Western Cape government has delivered 90,000 litres of water to the drought-stricken Karoo, places to which water was transported including Ladysmith, Zoar, Prince Albert and Laingsburg. Now moving further abroad, Zambia has legalized the production and export of cannabis for economic and medicinal purposes, becoming the latest country to shift its position on the drug to give its finances a boost. The move could earn Zambia some $36 billion annually. Halfway across the world from Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump on Wednesday became just the third president in U.S. history to be impeached, his counterpart in the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, made it clear that he has the American president's back. And then finally, remember how at the Oscar ceremony earlier this year, Trevor Noah presented Black Panther as one of the Best Picture nominees and mocked those who thought Wakanda was a real place. Well, he said he still remembers growing up as a young boy in Wakanda and how he would see T'Challa, i.e. the Black Panther, flying over their village, while the U.S. Department of Agriculture went ahead and listed Wakanda as a free trade partner, despite it being a fictional country. The department hosted a detailed list of goods the two nations apparently traded, including ducks, donkeys and dairy cows. The fictional country was then suddenly removed from the list after U.S. media first queried it, then prompted jokes that the countries had started a trade war. Long live Wakanda. Well, let's take a look at what's happening at your 7 o'clock news. Here is Graham Richards.
Well, no Vibranium Cup up for grabs, but still bragging rights. The South African Sevens team will face Kenya, England and Japan in the next leg of the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. That's in the group stages when they take on the Hamilton leg in New Zealand. Staying with rugby news, the Rugby World Cup winning prop Tendai Beeston Twararira has announced that he will now join Old Glory DC, a rugby team based in Washington, and will take part in the major rugby league competition. What an asset. Staying with rugby, former Scotland captain Greg Ladlow yesterday announced his retirement from international rugby, now the third senior player from the Scottish team to go into retirement following the 2019 rugby showpiece. And in cricket, it was announced that England's three-day match against the South African A team, set to start at Willowmore Park tomorrow, has now been downgraded due to a few members of the core of that England national team suffering from a flu-like illness. And then onto the Premier League, the clash between West Ham United and Liverpool has also been postponed now due to the Reds' participation in the FIFA Club World Cup. Some other league matches will continue though as scheduled with a top of the table clash. It's 2 playing 3, Man City up against Leicester City. That takes place tomorrow, and that's where we leave our sport for now.
It's a minute past 7. It's time to have the first look at the traffic this morning. Starting off in Pretoria, Gauteng, there is congestion on the N1 northbound before Pumulani Plaza. The average travelling speed is 3 kilometers an hour with delays up to 10 minutes. Please be patient on the roads this morning. And in the Western Cape, pardon, Eland, on the N1 outbound, there has been an accident after engine 1 stop obstructing the emergency lane. Please keep a lookout for this. Lastly, Metro Rail Northern Line, the Malmesbury train service will operate according to a Saturday timetable from Monday 23 December until Sunday 5th January 2020. That's a 7 o'clock traffic roundup. Now it's time for the weather.
Absolutely, it's a Friday. You can feel the vibe. It's our last day, but we've of course asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Now, Barbara Ann Hall sent us this grey skyline from Cape Town, where mainly sunny conditions can be expected, with occasional rain in the evening, reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Now, Father Khan sent us this grey skyline from Richards Bay, where partly sunny conditions can also be expected, with high humidity and warmer temperatures reaching a maximum of 29 degrees. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the country, starting off in Polokwane. Tshwane with a low of 19 and a high of 32. For you, Mbombela, it's high humidity ranging from 19 to 33 degrees. If you're out in Pretoria, you can expect a low of 20 and a high of 29. And then a light drizzle for Johannesburg with a low of 18 and a high of 32. Mahikeng ranging from 21 to 36 degrees, a very hot day. And if you're in Klerksdorp, it's 20, 36. If you're out in Kimberley, ranging from 18, peaking at 36 degrees. And for Bloemfontein, it is partly cloudy conditions with a low of 15 and a high of 34. Richards Bay, 23, 29, and high humidity can also be expected for you, Pietermaritzburg, with a low of 18 and a high of 28. If you're out in Durban, 23, 25, Mthatha, 16, 30, and then occasional rain for East London with a low of 20 and a high of 26. A southeasterly wind of 18 kilometers per hour can be expected for Cradock with a low of 15 and a high of 36. If you're out in the friendly city of Port Elizabeth, your temperatures are ranging from 18 to 26 degrees. George, 15, 24, and the lowest temperature in the country, as always, can be found in Sutherland with an all-low of 8 and a high of 27. A couple of showers can be expected for the mother city, Cape Town, with a low of 16 and a high of 22, and a southeasterly wind of 22 kilometers per hour expected for Worcester with a low of 13 and a high of 29. For Springbok, it is 10:30, and the highest temperature in the country can be found in Uppington with a low of 19, peaking at 37 degrees. So stay hydrated, maybe get a summer dress on, a hat, whatever you choose to do, make sure it is a feel-good kind of day.
It already is, Jamie. It already is. I can tell you some really cool stuff coming up on the show. But right now, a chance for us to reflect on the past decade of the silver screen in JP Sebastian's top 10 films of the decade. Wow, how dramatic is that? We should have had somebody just mark that.
Yeah, well, I might get marked, if you know what I mean.
Possibly, very possibly.
By my choices. This was really hard to do.
I can imagine.
I had to make like a league, like a table. Of I have 4 tiers of who was here and who was there, and I love all my children, but only 10 can make it into the
What was your criteria?
So for me personally, sorry, I slapped the mic there, Greg. The thing is, me talking to crew members. If a movie can move from a small, tiny story, it doesn't need a gigantic meteorite threatening 7 billion people, but still can be made to feel utterly dangerous and still be made to feel like make or break.
Yeah.
You're just telling a story about a dude who's doing sound engineering on Expresso, and he ends up feeling heroic from, by the end of the movie. He ends up changing
You just
the
did that
course
right
of history.
now. I see what you just did. That's amazing what you just did right now. You're inside my brain. It's crazy.
I spiked your coffee secretly. So tell you what, I want to look at this chart that I made here for you. This is just the intro. These are my short listers. They didn't make the 10, but Nightcrawler, going obviously left to right, top to bottom. Take out a pen and paper, write these down for yourself.
Yeah.
Worth all watching. These are from the past 10 years. Nightcrawler, Birdman, The Revenant, obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio, Snowpiercer, Kubo and the Two Strings, Under the Skin, Salma, Creed, Gone Girl, Good Time, The Master, Inside Out, Lady Bird, Big Short, The Raid, Mission Impossible Fallout, The Favorite, War for the Planet of the Apes, 8th Grade, Spotlight, Whiplash, The Tree of Life, The Act of Killing, and Upstream Color.
All of those were the honorable mentions.
Yes. Now let's move into the meat and potatoes.
Number 10 to number 6, starting off with number 10. What do you got?
Number 10 would be Blade Runner 2049. This is such a worthy re-injection into the franchise from a classic movie from Ridley Scott, taken up here by Denis Villeneuve, who previously did Sicario, previously did other movies that I don't care to mention right now because my brain has gone soft. But Blade Runner, every scene feels like you're walking into a different part of an exhibition that is mind-numbing. Yes, Jared Leto? What?
Oh, yes. Whenever I see him, I'm always expecting just like a super amazing performance because he is just such an actor.
Love him or hate him, he devotes himself into anything he's chucked into. Ryan Gosling as well. And so as well as feeling like a sculpture, Roger Deakins' camera is amazing. He's the best. Roger Deakins is the best cinematographer we've got. Living, possibly even dead. You've also got the story of like a character moving from, like I said, the small to the large, from feeling nihilistic. Am I meaningless? I'm just doing my job, grinding through day to day. Do you actually find out that you've got a soul, that you are special? Because the story's about cyborgs and robots and all that kind of thing.
My goodness.
Super profound as well as just incredibly beautiful. Roger Deakins is next on 1917, coming out in January, and Denis Villeneuve for June.
This man, cut. On to the next scene, number 9.
On to the next
John
scene.
Wick. Yes, you killed my dog. I kill you.
And a movie like that, how long should it last? Should it just be a one sort of
Keanu Reeves,
or a one-off type thing, or an entire trilogy that people kept asking more and more about? There's a fourth coming out. It's just about a dude who's taking revenge for having his puppy killed. I'm sure that's...
He really loved that dog, guys.
Heck,
He
serious
really
to
had
most
that
people,
dog.
but you think it would all be over by the first movie because it's such a gimmicky thing. However, Keanu Reeves is a dude who puts in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, 18 months of training, and a director who knows precisely what he wants from every action scene because he was a stunt coordinator himself. It is the kind of movie that changed the game for... previously, it was Bourne Supremacy. Shaky cam and all that kind of stuff, and it was stylish while it lasted. But this movie has set a new bar and made action movies rethink. Even the large superhero movies, we've got to do something.
And it's a relatable story. We've all loved a pet that much until my hamster bit me. Yeah. At number 8, Hereditary.
Hereditary is a movie that I've loved dearly. Obviously, I give it 10 out of 10, but I've never recommended it to anyone, unless you have money for therapy as well. Ari Aster is able, again, to take, like I said, from small stories to large, profound, earth-shattering stories. The feeling of trying to deal with family life and making the tussle of feeling like you're the one who passed on this hereditary illness to your kids, and the guilt that comes with, and the chores of like dealing with the difficulty, actually, because it is very difficult. I'm not trying to shame people for it, but for coping with mental illness and helping others with mental illness, and then turning that into a horror without discounting the core and the essential and the essence of that kind of backstory. Toni Collette was robbed, by the way, of an Oscar for it. Ari Aster this year did Midsommar as well. This is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, and I don't get scared of movies at all. The last 20 minutes of Hereditary still to this day feels forbidden. It feels like you found something that you shouldn't be watching.
Back it up, Academy. JP Sebastian's in the house and he's telling it like it is. Cut that scene. On to number 7. What do we have? One of my favorites. Get Out.
Jordan Peele is also a new young master, like Ari Aster previously mentioned. You still got to watch Us. Have you seen Us?
No, I've seen it.
Look, of course. But Get Out was the one that the dude enters the conversation now during, say, Oscars So White, and discussions about white privilege and entitlement. Lakeith Stanfield, even the smallest roles in this movie, acted to the nines. That dude lasted, like, in that scene for 6 minutes and still was one of the most memorable things, what you're looking at there. Catherine Keener as well.
Bro, that
Daniel
scene there.
Kaluuya, the tear, by the way, which during auditions I told you replicated 5 times per
There are only 2 tears you should ever remember. The one from Denzel Washington being whipped on his back in Glory, and then that one by Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out. He's just sitting there just like...
Which the actor, like I said, was able to replicate the same volume of liquid and the same path down his face. Okay, look, I could give you a wooden Oscar maybe for that. Maybe.
Oh, man. That's incredible.
But yeah, to have the bravery for someone to, like I said, during this time of us talking about whiteness and from a history of a world that has, you know, in a country that's built its wealth on slavery, for a director to go, I'll talk about it. It's
Thank
really
you, Jordan Peele.
Absolutely valid right now, and brave.
And cut. Number 6, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
The Spider-Verse is the best superhero movie we've had for this decade.
Wow. Wow. What a statement.
When you remember that superhero movies, while everyone can enjoy them, of course, they are for young people, they are for children, they're for young adults. And what just a beautiful reminder that you need to give yourself time, you need to forgive yourself, and at the other end of the spectrum, you've got older Peter Parker, who's joined him there in that scene, who needs to know when to pass the torch. And that's both an act of self-love, and that's what this movie is about. Unabashedly and then without selfishness, saying I forgive myself and I love myself, and necessarily because he's reflected in other Spider-Man, you're saying you love other human beings by that act of love too. Technically then as well, just the mixed media of this, it shouldn't have worked at all, but it did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the smorgasbord of different effects and of different colors. I'm gonna, my tongue's gonna fall out of my face if I try and say it again.
That is a smorgasbord of great movies, number 10 down to number 6, and of course later on, JP will be giving us his number 5 all the way to number 1 of the best movies of the decade. And you better believe it. You know why? Because he said so.
I love free stuff. Pardon? It's gonna leave like white marks. Nothing is happening. I don't see any white marks. Completely dry. What's in here? Oh, wow. Damn. 48 hours antiperspirant. Invisible dry. Tested on 100 colors. I've never tried this product before, but I'm definitely going to try it now.
5. And it's the same melody. Yeah, but just go free and just like go crazy. Gents, depending on you guys for the bass, get that harmony in there. That's gonna be okay, G, you got the mic. This is rehearsal, take 1. So what are we doing now? We're linking to ad break first. But I'm trying to coordinate this, okay? Yeah, but yesterday I had a big match.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. It's the last day, guys.
Oh.
But also, I want to say it. I'm going to say it, friend. You know, in the traffic, she was like. And I want to apologize on behalf of all the people in PE. She's like, pardon Eland and Mama's Brie. It's Mama's Brie and pardon Island.
I didn't say Mama's Brie, I said Mom's Brie.
Mom's Brie, even worse. Even worse, but of course, it's a season to be giving, absolutely.
Exactly. So the Crazy Store challenged our very own Tabiso Makubela to a 60-second in-store basket bash to collect as many toys as he could for the beautiful children at the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association. Now, for all hands on deck, and to make things a little bit more interesting, he also got some help from a very familiar face with this challenge. Let's take a look.
We're getting very excited for Christmas, but for a lot of children across the country, the festive season can be a difficult time. And that's why our friends at the Crazy Store want to change this by putting smiles on these little faces. They're doing it in a partnership with the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association. A 60-second basket bash, which means I'm here today to collect as many toys as possible in 60 seconds. So I thought I would enlist some help. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Today, I've come here to get as many toys as I can for the children, and it's game on for you. It starts now in 3, 2, 1. My competitor, Uncle Tabsy, he's a wild one, let's be honest. And I know he doesn't like to lose, and I think he takes it very, very seriously. But he's also really such a nice guy that wants the children to have as much fun as possible. My game plan coming into this basket bash was pretty straightforward. I didn't come to play games with you, Tabiso. I knew that I needed to get as many toys as possible for the children, and that meant I needed to be quick on my feet, running over here, running over there, running everywhere, smashing the competition. I came into this basket bash with a strong game plan. I knew that the gifts and the toys that I pick for the children need to be, number one, they need to make sense. So the kids need to look at them and know exactly what to do with them. And so I wasn't going to spend a lot of time trying to get as much things possible. I needed to get as much quality toys and experiences for these children to really interact with. Every toy at the Crazy Store is good enough to land on a child's lap and for them to really enjoy it. So I knew that whatever toys I landed with in the basket, that'd be great. I was just grabbing. Uncle Tabsy, you're so wild. Seeing Uncle Tabsy be in the store as well got a little bit tricky, and so I knew that he was going to come in here and be very competitive, and I thought, okay, well, the best way for me to do this is not to go for volumes. It's not about the number of toys, it's about the quality of toy and the type of experience I'm envisioning these children having when they do play with them. What did I think of your game plan, Tabiso? I love it. I didn't think much of it, to be honest, because because
all about the
I
children.
could see you
It's
were
all about the
slow. I mean, you were doing a good job. You were getting some pretty nice toys, but I knew that I was going to win this challenge at the end of the day.
10 seconds left.
People go through so much throughout the year that a little kindness in the form of giving back goes a long way. I agree. I agree. It's from the heart. It's about the children. We both love the children, and children, this is for you. We both love you so much. I must say, it got quite tough because as I got to the till point, I saw Uncle Tabsy was already there, and I thought, oh, I may have lost this bash. But as I looked on the other side of the shop, I see the one lovely lady from the crazy store carrying this big boy over here, and I thought, my saving grace. Uncle Tabsy sees me, we both run towards it. But then in the end, I got it. I love it so much, so that it's definitely going into my basket and coming to the hospital. This is such an exciting period of the year, but also such an incredible campaign for the Crazy Store to run, because the toys are going to be donated to the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association. In fact, they've got these really cute ducks here at the stores, at the Crazy Stores. They're called the Charity Character Ducks. Every single time you make a purchase of one of them, 10% of proceeds will go out to the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association, which is amazing. As you can see, there's a whole variety of them. They're fun to play with during bath time, but also at the same time you are giving back and making another child out there who might not have the sort of same joy really have a good time throughout the festive season. So go and buy these, they're really awesome. The Crazy Store gives you the power to stretch your rent beyond breaking point this festive season with their range of crazy stuff that's going to surprise and delight your entire family. So go and follow them on Facebook and Instagram so that you're in the loop when they've got new and exciting products, but also how to use them as well. Purple Rain, come, let's go meet Bob and Bella. Catch you later. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Come.
Big or small, we've got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Wow, Tabiso and Uncle Tabsy did themselves in this challenge, collecting so many toys from the Crazy Store's wide selection of festive goodies.
However, the giving didn't stop there. As Jamie Lee headed to the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association with the collected goods to put a smile on some little faces.
After collecting as many toys as he could at the Crazy Store in a 60-second basket bash, Uncle Tabsy has handed over the baton to me this morning, and we are about to put smiles on the little faces at the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association. Now, I'm super excited because we all have the ability to make a child's Christmas extra special this year. So what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get giving. When we arrived, you could actually just see, you know, the anxiety of the nurses because they're all just hurrying around, scurrying up, making sure that the kids are still being looked after. But as soon as we started handing out the gifts, you could see the pure joy on their faces of the parents, of the nurses, of all the staff, because they knew that we're about to make a difference and we're about to brighten up the kids' lives today. So for me, that was pure joy, pure bliss, and I would do it over and over again. Eddie, can you tell us a bit more about the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association and what is the ultimate aim?
The Friends of the Children's Hospital Association has been in this hospital for the last 41 years. So we have a long history of serving the patients and the families at the hospital. And our mission really is to lessen the anxiety and also to support parents because they have to stay around the clock with the children. It's sometimes difficult because you have to understand that the parents come from all over South Africa and sometimes they have to stay here for long periods of time and it's tough on them to be here. And that's where where we step in as the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association to provide that support. We run support groups in the hospital for them, informal in many ways. When you're in this place, nobody wants to be in the hospital. You want to be at home. Children want to play, and it's not always possible for them. So having the comfort of their parent around them helps a lot in supporting them to get better soon, as much as we support them.
As a mom, I could totally relate by giving your time and a simple toy to these children, because you're actually just making a difference. Whether it be something so small, but just to make them smile is absolutely a pure bliss for every parent. A highlight for me today was just seeing all the kids so happy and be filled with joy when they played with the toys, and then seeing their parents just being so accommodating to us and making sure that, you know what, whatever we gave them, they were really, really genuinely happy for what they received today.
At the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association, we say help make a sick child smile. And once we see that smile by giving them a toy, be it a soft toy or a little car to a kid, it makes a world of difference in the lives of their children.
My message of hope for the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association is to never give up. You don't realize the huge impact you have on this kid's life, and keep going, because you can make them smile every single day.
We are a voluntary-based organization. We solely depend on volunteers. We have a few staff members to support volunteers, but the core of our organization is the volunteer. And it is so enriching for you as a person to come and make a difference in the life of one child in this institution.
For some of these children, this is the only gift that they will be receiving this festive season. We want to serve both the kids and the parents, so they don't have to make a choice between a gift and necessities. And you have the ability to make their Christmas extra special this year. Now, all you have to do is head on down to the Crazy store, choose from the Crazy range, and put a smile on their face. What are you waiting for? Go get giving.
Big or small, we've got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Oh, wow. That was
And you are even getting emotional now. What you did was absolutely beautiful. You and Uncle Tabsy visiting those children.
So you have to see like the faces. I think it was very light there, but you had to see like some of these parents come in and they share their story with you, and they say, you know what, their kids, they had a beautiful birth, everything. And one of the boys actually had an accident at 2 years old, and he couldn't speak. And when we gave that car, he literally, his whole face lit up. He was like so excited and wanted to grab. And for me, it just hit home. It was like,
I think it really puts it into perspective what this time of the year is really about. It's all about, you know, giving back and making sure that you just embrace the people around you, because there are so many people who are going through trying times that you and I maybe don't even know about. So thank you for bringing a smile to so many gorgeous little faces.
With what may seem like a very small gesture, it makes a whole difference in someone's life. So.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to be bringing you a lot more incredible moments right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't move a muscle, and if you have to, make it a cup of coffee and then come back.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush your daily goodness. Now also available in long life.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
It's a Friday morning, the final Friday morning of your Feel Good Breakfast show in 2019. We'll be coming back at you again on the 6th of January 2020. But a moment for us right now maybe to reflect on what has been a dramatic, incredible, amazing, dreadful 2019. We wanted you to tell us all about your highlights of the past year. And so we asked you to let us know on our Feel Good Breakfast. Okay. What is that picture? The Feel Good Breakfast show's Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Clownery. What have been your highlights, ladies?
Of course, starting a new job, yeah. So yes, that was the biggest highlight for myself. I'm sure you're going to say what yours was. But also then just booking a big campaign for an agency. That was my highlight to start of a new career. So yeah, that was my year in a nutshell.
Yeah. For me, it's literally growth, and it's so crazy because at the beginning of the year, I hosted an award show with Utabiso, and now we're actually colleagues. So that's the biggest highlight. And just like Jamie, I shot something really special that I'll let you guys in on later on for next year.
Okay, good.
Next year.
Lovely.
So that was exciting.
Excellent.
What was yours, Kat?
Mine, I think there have been many, and being able to take my family along on an overseas trip for the very first time, which is something that I've always wanted to do. Yeah. And I plan on doing more of in the future. Travel is like I love it so much. So being able to have them experience the world like that and being able to do that on my own steam, that was amazing. So, let's take a look then at what some of your highlights for 2019 have been thus far. We've got some beautiful comments from you. Yes, we do.
Linda Rethman says, one of my highlights was being on the Morning Expresso show talking about BioFlex laser therapy. Cool. Hey, Linda. And you are such a great team. Happy Christmas and New Year to you all. To you too, Linda. Happy Christmas and New Year.
Thank you, Linda. Then Theodore Buffles says, good morning, Expresso family. The hardest thing for me was to quit smoking and drinking, and I'm so glad I did it. Now I'm ready for the new year, or for the new, and now I can work on my other goals. Well done. That's a massive
big one,
to have achieved over
I know a lot of people also trying to get off all of that. And the next one is from Upumla Notolo Sikakane. She says, good morning, Expresso family. 2019, I got me a job. Yeah. I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl, a loving and supportive partner. That is just all-encompassing.
Go, Pumla. Go,
job, family. You happy?
Yongi in dough.
Partner.
How about this? Ntogos' toilet. Take a look at that photo saying, good morning, fam. For me, it was winning the Standard Bank competition to watch Cricket World Cup in England.
I know him.
Do you know him?
What do you mean? You know the guy in the picture?
Yeah. Who is it?
You know him?
Like person?
No, as in like he was a Protea cricket player.
Okay, let's just show Kuhle that picture again. There he is. You know who that is, right?
Was it not? Is it not?
No, he was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get you to say his name.
Bollock.
Yes! There we go. Bollock. In the words of Kuhle Adams, Bollock. How's it, Sean Bollock?
Taking a look at those 7:30 news headlines, the government yesterday announced what it calls digital transformation plans to enable South Africa to respond to the fourth industrial revolution challenges. The Western Cape government has delivered 90,000 litres of water to the drought-stricken Karoo. Places to which water was transported included Ladysmith, Zoar, Prince Albert and Laingsburg. On the international front, Zambia has legalized the production and export of cannabis for economic and medicinal purposes, becoming the latest country to shift its position on the drug to give its finances a boost. Now, the move could earn Zambia some $36 billion annually. Halfway across the world from Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump on Wednesday became the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. His counterpart in the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, made it clear that he has the American president's back. And then finally, remember how at the Oscar ceremony earlier this year, Trevor Noah presented Black Panther as one of the Best Picture nominees and mocked those who thought Wakanda was a real place. Well, he said he still remembers growing up as a young boy in Wakanda and how he would see T'Challa, i.e. the Black Panther, flying over their village, while the U.S. Department of Agriculture went ahead and listed Wakanda as a free trade partner, despite it being a fictional country. The department hosted a detailed list of goods the two nations apparently traded, including ducks, donkeys and dairy cows. The fictional country was then suddenly removed from the list after US media first queried it, then prompted jokes that the countries had started a trade war. Well, long live Wakanda. That was your 7:30 news update. Let's take another look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Well, they're not up against Wakanda, but the South African Sevens team will face Kenya, England and Japan in the next leg of the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. That, of course, taking place in Hamilton in New Zealand. Staying with rugby news, the Rugby World Cup winning prop Tendai Beestam Twarawira has announced that he will be joining the Old Glory DC, a rugby team based in Washington in the US, and will be taking part in the Major Rugby League competition. An incredible asset there. Then former Scotland captain Greg Ladlow yesterday announced his retirement from the international rugby scene. He is now the third senior player from the Scottish team to go into retirement following that 2019 Rugby World Cup. In cricket, it's been announced that England's three-day match against the South African A team, due to take place at Willamar Park to kick off tomorrow, has been now downgraded due to a few members of that core England national team suffering from a flu-like illness. And then turning to our Premier League action, the clash between West Ham United and Liverpool that was scheduled for today has been postponed due to the Reds' participation in the FIFA Club World Cup. Other league matches will continue, though, as scheduled, with a top-of-the-table clash. It's 2 playing 3 as Man City take on Leicester. That's tomorrow. We'll expand on those headlines one more time in about a half hour.
Thank you so much, Dee. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads in Gauteng, Boysens. There has been an accident on the M1 northbound before the Crown interchange. Now, traffic is bumper to bumper and delays are expected, so please do keep a lookout for this morning. And then moving along to the Western Cape Gugulethu on the N2 outbound, there is a stationary vehicle after Borchard's Quarry Road obstructing the emergency lane. Now, please do approach this with caution as well. And then on the Metro Rail Southern Line, more than 10 trains have been cancelled on the Southern Line due to sets out of service, so please allow for an extended travel time this morning. And that's where we leave your traffic for this morning. Let's take a look at the weather.
We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Louise Sherry sent us this amazing skyline from Blue Hills in Midrand, where partly sunny conditions are expected with little to no wind and increasing cloud cover towards the evening, reaching a maximum of 32 degrees. Thank you so much, Louise. And Nico Motabeng sent us this beautiful skyline from Mokotlong in Lesotho, where intervals of clouds and sunshine with nice warm temperatures reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. We're absolutely loving seeing these pictures. Please continue to send them on our social media. Now, for the rest of South Africa, starting off in Polokwane with a maximum of 32 and a low of 19. High humidity from Mbombela at 33 with a low of 19. Pretoria peaking at 29 with a minimum of 20 degrees. And light drizzle are to be expected for Johannesburg at a minimum of 18, reaching a maximum of 32. Mahikeng 21.36, Klerksdorp 20.36, and Kimberley also with a high of 36 and a low of 18. Bloemfontein 15.34, Richards Bay 23.29, and high humidity for Pietermaritzburg at a high of 28 and a low of 18. Durban, temperatures ranging from 23 reaching a peak of 25. Mthatha 16.30, and occasional rain for East London at a maximum of 26 with a low of 20 degrees. Southeasterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in Kredok with a low of 15 and a high of 36. It's going to be a sunny one in Kredok, and it's a partly cloudy day in Port Elizabeth with a minimum of 18 and a high of 26. And George, the same with a low of 15 reaching a high of 24. And the lowest temperature in the country is Sutherland with 8 degrees and a high of 27. Make sure to have those jackets out this morning. A couple of showers for Cape Town at 16.22. Don't forget your raincoats and umbrellas. And southeasterly wind of 22 kilometers an hour in Worcester at a low of 13 and a high of 29. Springbok 10.30, and the highest temperature in the country, Uppington, with a high of 37 and a low of 19. Wherever you are, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves an incredible Friday morning.
So Claire is here to continue my education now. Leanne got a masterclass in our festive table decoration, and now it's my turn. Claire, this looks gorgeous. I'm like full on Christmas. Okay, so our home looks like a Christmas atom bomb has gone off in it. And I bought the most amazing decorations from Woolies, but you have elevated this table. It looks beautiful. So now we're going to continue into the cutlery. I noticed you've added some gorgeous, it looks like designs of cutlery, not just placement. So how do we introduce our crockery and our cutlery in a way that really takes the breath away like this?
Okay, so what I've done since I went through this with Leanne is I've added the side plates. I took them off here and I've added them on the side.
Okay.
I've added a napkin. So there are actually a number of ways you can add a napkin to a table. So this is quite simple. You just fold it and you add a little sprig of penny gum or ivy or anything from your garden. Just go and pick some leaves out your garden, put it in the middle of the table onto the napkin. The other way of doing a napkin is just to pop it underneath a bowl like that.
Okay.
So it's quite simple. Then just pop a leaf on the.
I love the more green, the better for me.
Yeah, I also love green.
Really
it's very natural and
it's light, it's breathy, it's
a really easy thing to do to decorate a table.
Completely.
Like anyone can do
mistletoe if you can find mistletoe.
Yeah.
And then get a little bit amorous over lunch. And then some beautiful additions there inside the bowls. These look gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is just a fun way to add a bit of extra decor to your table. It's just a Christmas bauble, a reindeer, some real sparky Christmas decorations, and then also some baubles in between everything on the table. Some real Christmas trees, which really make it look completely Christmassy.
Yeah.
And then obviously glasses, because Christmas is all about celebrating. So beautiful champagne flutes with little gold metallic detailing, a water glass so you stay hydrated over Christmas.
Yeah,
very important.
This is a South African Christmas, bearing in mind it's going to get hot.
Yeah.
Well, I absolutely love the metallic notes because that's very Christmassy, where you elevate it with a little bit of sparkle. I think the balance of green is beautiful, but the scene stealer for me, I mean, this little Christmas tree bauble here, is that even a bauble or is that a centerpiece?
But
that is gorgeous.
But what's really amazing about this is it's LED, so it just takes batteries. So it's really such an easy way to add some lighting to your table without having cables and everything running across the floor.
In evening time, if you're going to do this on Christmas Eve, how when the lights are low and the sparkles catch, it's going to look true. You've smashed this out the park, Claire. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully that's inspired you to look at your festive table in a whole new light. Excuse the pun. Now, just a reminder that we are giving away a 2,000 Rand Woolies voucher today on the show. 2,000 Rand, that'll go a long way. You've got to SMS the keyword Woolies along with your name and your email address to the regular number 33728. Remember, it's going to cost you R1.50 per SMS, but all the terms and conditions can be found on our website, expressoshow.com, along with a whole host of fantastic Christmas inspiration. The competition is going to end at 8:45 this morning, so get on it. We're going to announce the winner on Expresso Live at the end of the show, so you better get on it. Well, you can start entering, you can start planning and plotting your own beautiful table. Maybe look at your garden, see what green you can introduce as we take a very quick break. We'll return in a moment. Stunning.
Get your summer glow back in time for the holidays with Biovian Vitamin C at OptimumOnlineStore.com. Vitamin C is an antioxidant, reducing damage from free radicals to brighten your skin, refine its texture, fade sunspots and discoloration. See Biovian Vitamin C Hydrate and plump up fine lines for a supple, radiant, rejuvenated skin. Order now, email your city and win free products at OptimumOnlineStore.com.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. Last day for us for 2020. But of course, JP Sebastian, the guy, he told me yesterday, I must say, the guy is back for part 2 of Movies of the Decade. Now, I already heard you earlier on with Cats. You got very excited.
Yes.
But now we're down to the last 5, right?
Yes,
so what is coming in at number 6?
Well, this would be number 5.
Oh, number
last
5. And, you know, I went to public school.
So did I. So, The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
Is by Guillermo del Toro, won a lot of Oscars. And for me, like I was saying, small movies, if you can make the premise small, but still feel cataclysmic. Oh my goodness, is this make or break? Who would have thought you could have a romance between a lady and a fish man? So someone tells you that premise and you go, okay, try and convince me, for real. And truly it becomes one of the classic romances of all time. Sally Hawkins is incredible. Give me any movie with solidarity. You've got a differently abled person, you've got someone representing the environment, you've got a character who is gay, you've got a black person, and you've got all these people working as just maintenance labor, and if they band together they can fight the forces of military imperialism. What a beautiful movie, and how hopeful it is.
Love it, love it. What's coming in at number 4?
Number 4 is undeniably Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max, yay!
Now, George Miller, the director of Mad Max, made a perfect decision when he told his wife, Margaret Sixel, he said to her, please, you do the editing of this. I'm so tired of the superhero stuff. The sameness is killing me. And whether it was because she was a woman, whether it was just because it was the case of difference, she won the Oscar for editing Mad Max. How do you edit order into the chaos, into the vastness of
How
a desert?
do you do it?
How do you make sense geometrically out of that, and still the movie is like a ballet of madness? It's a really cheesy thing to say, but you get me. Number 3 of the decade for me, and wow.
Oh, I love this.
Now we're moving into all-time Roma.
Yes.
You've seen it. Tell me anything about Roma.
No, I
what made
didn't
you
see it.
feel?
I saw the shorts of it. So
and that
was enough for me.
That's still top 8, the short. Roma is a movie, every single frame you can hang in your house. Seriously, you could put it at your Christmas table around your baubles and everything else. Every frame is perfect. Every frame is perfect. This is, every frame is better than most photographers you know. Again, small stories made large. Yelitsa Aparicio was an actress who thought she was just going to be a teacher, ended up auditioning for this movie, ends up being nominated for an Oscar in what is, this has to be shoved into Mexico's official record. Amazing movie. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón, one of my favorite directors of all time.
But we've also been seeing in a lot of these movies, it got an award for one of the best international films in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. You can...
It cleaned up, don't worry.
Yeah, Roma, no, it was really good. Yeah. And she doesn't speak a word of English, the main actress.
No. So, and that was also what was beautiful about this movie, is that it introduced Mixtec, which is a language that is forgotten and marginalized in Mexico, spoken by people who have been downtrodden for the longest time. And this movie said, no, we're including it. Great.
Viva Mexico, handle, handle. And number 2, what is number 2?
I think we just totally disappointed Mexico.
Yo no sé mañana. I redeemed myself. What's number 2?
Is Barry Jenkins' masterpiece, Moonlight. Unbelievable. One of those rare movies, maybe one of 2 that I've seen in the past 20 years, where it does not matter if there was one person in the audience or if there were 1 million people in the audience. You were just lucky to be privy to watching what felt like such a real live life lived on the big screen. It's a miracle, this movie. And especially in a time where every movie we're seeing is 12 Years a Slave, it's about police brutality and these important stories to tell, but just humanizing the life of being black in the United States of America. Moonlight is, it's not a film, like I said, it's a masterpiece.
Are you getting emotional, JP? Are we seeing a bit of a tear there?
I cry in every second movie I watch.
Oh, I
could watch Full Blood Mall Cop 4 and be like, why? And cry. But so yeah, Moonlight, untouchable.
Moonlight?
Except for my best movie of the decade.
Wait. We need a drum roll. JP Sebastian, the guy, is announcing his top movie for the decade.
Castanets from Mexico, Parasite from 2019 by Bong Joon-ho.
I never watched it.
Is able to collapse in on itself. Every aspect that is enjoyable about a movie, in every genre. It feels like horror. It's definitely comedy. It's one of the funniest of the year. It is drama. It is heartbreaking. It tears your heartstrings. From the soundtrack, from the framing, from the staging, the actors, all of them need to be nominated for best. And again, being topical. Really really important for me. Movies are not escapism. These are these rare opportunities where you get to go into a dark room and examine your soul. Ask yourself, interrogate yourself about your prejudices and what you take for granted in the world. And Parasite puts it all in your face. Class warfare, how we use up other people. Such a tiny story just about a domestic situation, a thriller that blows up in a way that you could not imagine. I don't want to give you more information than that. You need to watch Parasite. I don't pay to watch movies because of this luxury job that I've got. I'm very lucky to do this. But I've spent over 500 Rand rewatching Parasite.
Oh, wow.
In the
JP,
past
can
month.
I give you a high five? Thank you so much for just putting all your emotion into it. You obviously get so connected to it, and we love that about you. We hope that you come back for 2020 to give us more of the best decades of the movie. Once again, JP Sebastian, the guy on the best movies for the decade.
Hey, guy.
Thanks so much, JP. Much appreciated. Keletso Mudau is back in our studio, back in our kitchen for one last festive culinary hoorah. A whole roast lamb ribs served with romesco sauce. A beautiful sauce filled with flavors of roast tomatoes and peppers. And it's great to have you back in the kitchen, my brother. It's
good to be back.
Excellent. He's been doing all kinds of voshos and amapianos. He's celebrating this recipe because he says it smacks so hard right now. That's what he said.
Did I really?
All right, but this is really good because we are now, what, 5 days away from Christmas Day?
Yeah,
it's the 20th today,
it's the 20th, 5 days.
5 days
dude.
away, so in case you haven't made plans yet, maybe you want to sink your teeth into this kind of recipe. Bona fela monna, marapo, mafura. We got it all. We got it all.
Looks good, eh?
All right,
okay,
let's get started.
Let me talk you through it. So basically what I have here is I've roasted some whole lamb ribs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically what I did, I have one here just to show you. It's so easy. Salt and pepper, olive oil.
Yeah?
A little bit of olive oil.
Just on top, Vela.
Just on top. And what I do is I cover it with foil and roast it in the oven so that it kind of steams in there and gets beautiful. And then for the last 30 minutes, I take the foil off, put it back in the oven so it gets nice and crispy.
Crisps it up.
So while that is also happening, let's talk about our romesco.
Listen, so romesco, I was asking you, it sounds Italian, is it?
No. So it's from Catalonia.
Catalonia in Spain?
Yes.
Okay, so more Spanish than anything.
Exactly. So basically what I've done here is I've taken our tomatoes, our peppers, and our garlic, and I've roasted them with some olive oil and some salt and pepper.
Lovely stuff.
And the tip is with the garlic, just stuff it inside the peppers so that they don't burn while you're roasting them.
Ah, okay.
So, okay, cool. So these are beautifully roasted, and I'm just gonna pop them into a blender.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm standing in the toughest, most difficult position in the kitchen right now because this is it's wafting up my nose right now, and every time you're talking, I'm just looking at you like.
Don't worry, we're gonna get there. So these guys go into the blender like this, pretty easy.
Good stuff.
Some olive oil, quite a bit of it because you're making like a nice sauce here.
Absolutely.
I've got some cherry vinegar.
Okay, could you opt for anything else? Like
could go red wine.
Strong cranberry sauce, maybe cranberry juice, could you do that?
No, you want that vinegary kind of tartness to kind of cut the richness of the lamb as well. So.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering for those that prefer not to use anything alcohol-based.
Yeah, so I mean, you could go with like a brown vinegar or something else. Yeah. Okay, cool. So what I've put here is some nuts. So blanched almonds and some hazelnuts toasted,
just to bring out the flavors a bit more.
Yeah, some smoked paprika.
Lovely.
And then that's it. So I'm just gonna put this baby on.
Make your romesco sauce.
My romesco.
Yes. There we go.
And that's it.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that. You want it a bit chunky. Oh. You don't want, to...
Are you sure all the nuts are chopped?
You want to have like a bits of nuts. You know, like when you have a salad, you want like a little bit of nuts, a bit of crunch, some excitement.
Okay, cool stuff.
Some excitement going on in there. So...
By the way, you can SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33728 and we'll send you a link to the recipe as well as the ingredients list so you can make your own whole roasted rack of lamb ribs. Sorry, I had to get that out of my mouth. This is begging to jump out. Okay.
Let's swap over and then I'm gonna plate this guy for
You're
us.
gonna show me how you do that.
Yeah, so these guys beautifully done like this. See how nice and golden they are? Nice and golden.
Oh, man.
And then you can even cut some pieces off so that it's easier for your guests
to be creative.
You know,
allow your inner carnivore to just
and just rip it up, man.
You're so vicious with that knife. Just
rip it up, man. We don't want to finicky stuff. May I please grab a spoon in there?
Smells so good. There you go.
And this beautiful baby, so nice and chunky, you just kind of spoon all over. Ooh. And don't be shy, just go.
Yeah. Make sure to time your cooking preparation nicely so that by the time the guests arrive, that's when you pull the ribs out of the oven. And do you allow them to rest a little bit like you would when you cook meat, just so that...
They don't need to.
They don't need to?
They don't need to. So, like, well, as you kind of guests arrive, you can put it on a platter, cut it up, and then you can just spoon it over and make it pretty like that.
Wow!
And then here, I've got some curry leaves that I've just kind of quickly deep fried, just to add some extra crunch, a bit of flavor, and some pizzazz.
It kind of looks pretty rustic in a way.
But that's, I mean, like, tell me, like, don't you enjoy eating like this, where you know you can just put your hands in there?
Not pretentious.
Not pretentious, no faffing around, it's just delicious food.
Yeah, yeah. Shall we dig in?
Let's dig in.
Just to kind of, hey, you know, just take one of those there.
No, this is for you. This one with all the sauce. I'm gonna grab this one.
Yo, I feel like the uncle now at the table where they say, Uncle, no, you can go first.
You can go first.
No, I'm trying. You're getting all the blessings, you know.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, just get in there. Oh, I got a whole nut there. This is amazing. Hey, listen, you are a man after my own culinary heart. Absolutely delicious. Woolworths to 33728. Try this out for your Christmas table. They will all love it. Listen, we're gonna take a break. I need to take my time as malume of the table to enjoy this alongside my favorite Mchana. Hey, Mchana! Wena malume.
This is your captain speaking, and we wish you a comfortable flight.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is all festive cheer here. We are building up to something truly special at the end of the show. You make sure you are here for the last hour of what promises to be the most spectacular end to 2019. Thanks in part to this amazing group of young women that stood and sat beside us. The Fox crew are in the house.
Yes, so now, next year, Feb, actually is the launch of the Fox Crew's Fox Academy that has been 5 years, 6 years? Yeah, 5-6 years in the making. The main objective is to create a space for hip-hop dancers to master their craft and perform professionally for an income. We're joined by dance teacher and choreographer Letitia Fisher and the crew to tell us more about this. Hey guys.
Morning guys. So good to see you. You always look so cool. Who makes the editorial decision on what the girls wear, first of all?
Well, we all kind of just chip in and see what we have in our cupboards, and then sometimes we'll just take a little bit of money and go and buy some stuff, like maybe a top or pants, and then just put something together.
Got the flavour. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So give us a bit more background on the motivation here, because there is something very powerfully developmental about what you guys are trying to achieve.
Okay, so Fox Academy, basically the idea is to be able to equip dancers with the knowledge that they need, not just to dance, because I think a lot of dancers think that dance is just about dancing, but it's not that. It's about being able to equip yourself with business skills so that you can build yourself as an individual. So Fox Academy wants to focus on the dance element, obviously, because that's the skill that they require to be able to get paid. But then more importantly, I think, is understanding nutrition. Understanding that you need to be able to equip, nourish your body correctly so that you can preserve your body, so that you can dance for a longer period of time. Understanding the physiology aspects of your physical body, you know, so that we can prevent injury. And if there is something wrong, identify it, fix it, so that you don't get to the point where, oh my God, I broke something in my knee, or I've got a back problem.
And a dancer's life is hard, because you guys are pushing your body all the time.
Use your physical body. Now, what have you guys got lined up for us in It's our last show in 2019, so
it's got to be good, girl. It's got to be good.
Give us the fire.
So at the moment, what we're busy doing is we conceptualizing, because we're wanting to choreograph and record some videos that we're obviously going to use as content for marketing the academy leading up to the launch. And then we'll be advertising on social media, and I'm busy designing the website at the moment. So all of the little bits and pieces that we're busy with at the moment, we want to use as marketing tools to be able to work towards the launch. And then when it happens, it will be something...
You're securing the bag.
100%.
You're creating an empire. Absolutely love it. But the dance speaks for itself as well, and it's awesome seeing how much you guys love doing what you do. That's the most important element of dance. It's an opportunity to express yourself and love what you're doing. So thank you so much again for gracing us with your talent.
I can't wait to see them dance.
And remember, this is all going to go out on YouTube, so this is a marketing tool that you can use after the show. So get it out there, support them, show them some love on social media. The Fox crew are going to be performing. The Fox Academy are going to show you their true potential.
Well, in your final look at what's happening in the national news this morning, the government yesterday announced what it calls digital transformation plans to enable South Africa to respond to the fourth industrial revolution's challenges. The Western Cape government has delivered 90,000 litres of water to the drought-stricken Karoo. Places to which water was transported included Ladysmith, Zoar, Prince Albert and Laingsburg. Now moving further abroad, Zambia has legalized the production and export of cannabis for economic and medicinal purposes, becoming the latest country to shift its position on the drug to give its finances a boost. The move could earn Zambia some $36 billion annually. Halfway across the world from Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump on Wednesday became just the third president in U.S. history to be impeached, his counterpart in the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, made it clear that he has the American president's back. And then finally, remember how at the Oscar ceremony earlier this year, Trevor Noah presented Black Panther as one of the Best Picture nominees and mocked those who thought Wakanda was a real place. He said that he still remembers growing up as a young boy in Wakanda and how he would see T'Challa, who is Black Panther, flying over their village. While the U.S. Department of Agriculture went ahead and listed Wakanda as a free trade partner, despite it being a fictional country. The department hosted a detailed list of goods that the two nations apparently traded, including ducks, donkeys and dairy cows. The fictional country was then suddenly removed from the list after U.S. media queried it, then prompted jokes that the countries had started a trade war. Well, long live Wakanda indeed. Let's take a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
Touching on those sporting headlines one last time, the South African Sevens team will face Kenya, England and Japan in the group stages in the next leg of the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series that takes place, of course, in Hamilton in New Zealand. Staying with rugby news, the Rugby World Cup winning prop Tendai Beeston Twararera has announced that he will join Old Glory DC in the US. Rugby team based in Washington will take part in the major rugby league competition. What an addition. Then staying with rugby, former Scotland captain Greg Ladlow yesterday announced his retirement from international rugby. He is now the third senior player from the Scottish team to go into retirement following the 2019 Rugby World Cup. And in cricket, it's been announced sadly that England's three-day match against the South African A team starting at Willamore Park tomorrow has now been downgraded due to a few members of the core of that England national team suffering from a flu-like illness. And finally in football, the Premier League clash between West Ham United and log leaders Liverpool has now been postponed due to the Reds' participation in the FIFA Club World Cup this week. But the other league matches will continue as scheduled with a top-of-the-table clash between 2 and 3. It's Man City up against Leicester. That takes place tomorrow. And that's a wrap of your sport for this entire year of Expresso. Thank you so much for all of you who've weighed in along the journey.
What a journey it has been, Graham. You are correct, but let's take a final look at what's happening on the road today. In Gauteng, Germiston, there's congestion on Main Reef Road, eastbound between Industrial Road and a True Road. Now, the travelling speed is 10 kilometers per hour with delays up to 15 minutes. And then in the Western Cape Observatory on the N2 inbound, there's a stationary truck after Hospital Bend obstructing the emergency lane, so please do approach with caution. And then finally on the Metro Rail summer service, all train service on all lines will operate according to a Saturday and Sunday timetable from Monday 23rd of December until Sunday the 5th of January 2020. So please keep this in mind when commuting. And that was your final look for the traffic. Let's take a final look at the weather with Kuthle.
It's the final look at the weather in 2019, but we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Thank you to Lena Peterson for your spectacular skyline from Sea Point, and Denver Brown for your bold sunrise from CBD in Cape Town, and Barbara Ann Hall for your grey skyline from Cape Town, and Fatha Khan for your grey skyline from Richards Bay, as well as Louise Sherry for your amazing skyline from Blue Hills in Midrand, and lastly Nico Motabeng for your beautiful skyline from all the way in Lesotho. Right now though, for the rest of the country, starting off in Polokwane with a maximum of 32 degrees and a minimum of 19, and high humidity from Bombela at temperatures ranging from 19 peaking at 33, and Pretoria high of 29 and a low of 20, and light drizzle for Johannesburg at 18:32. Mahikeng 21:36, Klerksdorp also peaking at 36 with a low of 20, Kimberley as well at 36 with a low of 18, and in Bloemfontein it's a partly cloudy day with a maximum of 34 and a minimum of 15 degrees. Richards Bay 23:29, and high humidity for Pietermaritzburg with a peak of 28 and a low of 18. Durban, South Africa's playground, temperatures at a low of 23 and a high of 25. Mthat, a partly cloudy day with a low of 16 and a high of 30 degrees. And occasional rain for East London at a low of 20 and a maximum of 26 degrees. Southeasterly wind of 18 kilometers an hour in Kredok with temperatures ranging from 15 peaking at 36. And Port Elizabeth, where I'm going after the show, at a minimum of 18 and a max of 26. George, 15-24 and the lowest temperature in the country. Sutherland at a low of 8 degrees and a maximum of 27. I hope you have your jackets out for this morning so you can take it off when the heat starts to pop. A couple of showers for Cape Town at 16:22. Southeasterly wind of 22 kilometers an hour in Worcester at a low of 13, reaching a maximum of 29 degrees. If you're in Springbok, expect a low of 10 degrees with the maximum of 30 degrees. And the highest temperature in the country, Uppington is truly ready for the festive season with a high of 37 degrees and a low of 19. Now that's a wrap of your weather and traffic for 2019. Be safe on the roads and have a fantastic, fantastic festive season.
Now, the ladies of the Fox Crew promised us a dance routine worthy of our last show of 2019, and you're about to get it. They incredibly find a balance between this incredible sweetness and cuteness, and of course, street cred and the incredible power, potential of feminine energy, and you're about to get all of that right now in spades. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Fox Crew. Woo! Come on!
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
That will be our mic 11. Check, check, check. Okay, Wes. Cat. Kat Lego. Let's sound check. Waar is hy? Subscribe, Mike. Subscribe, Mike. Yo, Mike, one. Yo, is so lekker sensitief.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for sticking around. It's our last show of 2019. We'll be back, of course, on the 6th of January, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. But we are having a lot of fun. You've got to stick around for the end of the show. Today is going to be crazy. But we're back in the kitchen one more time, and I think this stands true. Finding stale bread in your pantry is inevitable for most of us, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. From breadcrumbs to croutons and bread pudding, there are plenty of recipes that you can make with your stale dry bread. And this morning with Sasco, we're going to show you exactly how to make Panzanella, a fun name for a pretty bold summertime salad. It's popping with colour, flavour and freshness. It's beautiful. Panzanella is Italy's delicious solution for extra tomatoes and bread, and it's the perfect meal for a warm summer day's lunch. And right off the start, I'm going to say the keyword is Sasco. If you SMS Sasco to 33728, we'll send you the full ingredients list. Okay, so you got the croutons.
Yes, I do.
on lock,
Okay, listen, I don't know what it means to have stale bread in my house
It does
because
not
whenever
get to that
Sasco's
point,
around,
no.
that doesn't happen. But let's
Doesn't
just
get to
say,
that
for
point?
interest's sake, there is.
Okay.
We've got our Sasco bread. You can use any variant of this. And then, of course, we've got our colourful tomatoes. We've got some red onions. We've got some spinach, and we've got some peppers
basil?
as well. Is that
Basil.
Is it basil?
Basil, it's
You
basil.
sure? Not
No,
basil?
it's definitely basil.
All right, okay.
Beautiful
so
basil
we
and
are gonna,
peppers, yeah.
yes, so we're gonna take our bread right here, and all you have to do, it's very, very easy. Just layer them in a baking tin, okay? And then, of course, just make sure that they all fit in there very nicely. And it's super easy, this recipe. All you really are doing is you're gonna be putting it into the oven for about 15 minutes on 180 degrees, all right? Before it goes in there, you're just gonna drizzle it quite liberally with some olive oil, all right? While you're doing that, naturally, the oven would be on.
And that's how you get the beautiful golden brown, crunchy deliciousness
Exactly.
of these
You want to
little
make sure
puppies.
that you want to get it on both sides.
So I suppose you could even go as far as cutting it up beforehand. I don't know if that's going to make it more difficult or easier, but
Yeah, you could
ultimately
do that
you're looking for
beforehand,
this beautiful brown,
Exactly.
gorgeous
And the nice
texture.
thing is what you want to do is you want to make sure that halfway through the actual baking process, you actually just take them out and you
stir
know,
them up,
just
flip
stir
them
them up
over. Okay,
exactly
cool.
so they're all getting a equal basting of the olive oil.
I love that. You can even throw some herbs on there. Get excited, man. Get excited.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, then we've got all the various components. As you said, I love these tomatoes. I love the fact that you've got these multicolored, beautiful, fresh, and each one has a slightly different flavor note, so that's gorgeous.
Exactly.
So what I'm going to do is going to cook together our drizzle. Look how beautiful that looks.
You know,
It
there's
pops.
green, there's yellow, there's red.
Oh, it's lovely. Okay.
And you're making us a little sauce.
I'm going to do that as well. So we're going to lay in some beautiful, bright peppers, and of course, our fresh. It is basil, huh? Basil.
Yeah.
Oh, it's basil. I love it.
Good
Okay,
job.
so while you mix that up, I am going to whip up a very Italian-esque little drizzle for our salad. Just a beautiful balsamic vinegar.
Yeah.
And we are blessed in this country to get some amazing homegrown ingredients like this. You can get amazing olive oil and amazing balsamic vinegar, and then some olive oil as well.
Can you hear that crunch?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Oh, that's the way to do it, girl.
I'm about that crunch life.
Mm-hmm. And then these guys, just a little bit of sliced up garlic, just finely sliced up. Gonna pop that. And then just make sure you get your miniature whisk out, because you don't want to do this with an oversized whisk.
Listen, you haven't lived up until you've gotten yourself a miniature whisk.
I love
Gotta
it.
tell you. The keyword for this delicious
cool.
Panzanella salad is Sasco to 33728. Send that to us. We'll gladly send you the ingredients list, which isn't a lot, and the link to the recipe. And you could be making this yourself. It's gorgeous for a wonderful lunch. Maybe add it to the braai as well. Absolutely amazing. Oh,
Absolutely
gee, look at
gorgeous. Look at how that's absorbing into our beautiful croutons. Just enough is actually making my mouth water. Yeah, just to mop it up. Good,
you
good
know,
go.
because nothing goes to waste here.
So the keyword Sasco 33728. We will send you a link. We're going to stir the salad, toss the salad just a little bit, and you can go through a blow by blow of how we arrived at our beautiful Panzanella salad.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, that's fun.
Sasco, baking together since 1930.
Delicious, huh?
Oh my
It's
goodness.
good. Did you
And
taste
have
one
my
of them?
crunch.
I didn't hear the crunch. Do you have teeth?
That is so tasty. I sucked it for a little while before.
Okay, I thought it sounded
No,
like
it's
this.
absolutely delicious, beautiful. Again, the keyword Sasco 33728. And you can be creating one of the most delicious and colourful summer salads likely to adorn your table. Nice,
That's a
eh?
crunch.
Sasco, baking together since 1930.
Alrighty, well, it is Christmas time, the festive season. Of course, you'll be looking to welcome a whole bunch of friends and family around a beautiful table at which you could make beautiful memories. And you want that table to look memorable. That's why Claire Robinson is here, design manager at Woolworths Homeware. And it's all about the lights.
Of course.
Right now, isn't it?
Of course. And
Those are the
make a
best
lovely
parts.
tree.
The best part. Thank you very much. A whole bark of tree.
Yeah.
So what do you have in terms of lighting and how we can really make our table pop?
Okay.
Or the Christmas table.
So it's starting to feel a lot like Christmas. And I've added the final touches because, you know, we've been going through stages. So we've added a whole lot of lighting. So either strings of lights, which are LED, so battery operated, which are fabulous. So there's like a little battery pack underneath here.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, you've
hidden
it so... Okay, because that's the thing. You don't want to have the unsightly little battery pack there. So you find all kinds of leaves and trinkets to hide it under.
To hide it under, yeah.
Well done.
And then these are also LED, so they're also battery operated. And these, which look like real candles, are also LED. So fantastic. So when festivities get underway, there's no chance of setting the table alight, which is always a good thing.
Because things could get a bit out of hand, depending on how good it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, what else do you have?
So really, it's all about lighting at the end of it. You know, that's what you finish it off with. And then, of course, Christmas crackers, which are essential. So I've chosen green as my colour to accent the table with, because, of course, the Bokke won this year. So it's a green and gold table.
Accents of gold, green and gold. Very nice.
Okay, and but just to show you what you could have done instead is possibly use a red one.
If you want to go a bit more traditional.
Yeah, red ones look really good. And then you could have taken the green away. Okay. Or blue is also really beautiful to accent the table with.
Actually works quite nice as well.
Yeah, and it actually also works nicely with the green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe you want to go for more rainbow effect.
Yeah,
because,
or you can have a multicolour table, you know, whatever suits you,
that's really
whatever works for you.
Exactly.
Really.
Absolutely beautiful. I love it. All the beautiful touches. It just makes for a lovely full table because you want it to be full as well. And once the food gets in there, that adds its own
Completely,
colour to the table.
It's definitely not a case of less is more, you know? Okay.
More
this is like sumptuous and extravagant and over the top because we're going to have a big party, right?
Can you pop one of these crackers?
Yeah, one of these.
Here. How about that? Okay.
Okay.
Go. Okay, what do we have inside?
Oh, you got the...
I got the good end of it.
Toy.
What do we have here? So we've got lovely stuff. Oh, here we go. Would you rather have to sit all day or stand all day? Come, Claire.
Sit all day.
Sit all day. Here's a joke for you. Why did the French fry lose the race?
I don't know.
It couldn't catch up. Oh, wow.
Oh,
But a trivia. What is the largest city in the world in terms of population? Do you know that? It's Beijing. Beijing.
I was about to say that.
Were you about to say that?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you are the winner.
Oh, and I get
Claire.
the golden crown.
And you get the golden crown. Here we go. I just tore the crown, which is amazing. But I tell you what, I have a nail file for you.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy
I need that for Christmas.
So it is your last chance now. We are giving away a 2,000 Rand Woolies voucher today on the show. So SMS the keyword Woolies, include your name and your email address and send that through to 33728. And do remember that SMSs are charged at R1.50 and all terms and conditions that apply can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. The competition closes at 8:45, which is in 24 minutes from now. And we're going to be announcing the winner live on Expresso. So do hurry, get your entries in, and good luck. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You should wear your crown, Claire.
Yeah, but you
oh, no, you
Christmas.
Support Crush in giving away another 20,000 pairs of school shoes to children in need. Buy a Crush, dial the number on the pack, and stand the chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand. Hashtag share the goodness. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. As Jamie said, it's the last show of 2022. We are still in 2019. Come on, man.
My brain is already there. I'm already there.
It's in the future, me throwback. You'll throw forward Fridays.
Absolutely.
On social media, we posed the question, Ubana, what are your highlights of 2019? And we received a number of responses. Thank you so much for the responses.
Yeah, we start off Shireen Abrams. We love Shireen Abrams, one of our top fans here at Expresso. And she said, good morning, my Expresso family. Happy Friday. It was my daughter coming first in a class and has been awarded 6 certificates for getting the highest marks in subjects in a class for grade 4. Already slaying at grade 4. Yes, come through. She always does her very best. Have a great day. Lots of love. My Feel Good Breakfast family. We love you,
Thank you so much, and congratulations to your beautiful daughter.
Accomplishments.
And this one is from Harrison Ngube. Good morning, family. My highlight of the year was being a dad to a cute little girl called Ariana Azania. Oh, Ariana, such an adorable baby. Congratulations to you, Daddy.
Mama. And the next one comes from Nicole Simone Richards, almost like my bestie, Nicole Richie. But she says, good morning, Expresso fam. To have the privilege to open my eyes each morning. Hallelujah. That is a blessing indeed, Nicole. And she says as well, to see new talent like Jamie and Kuthle. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. We love you.
So you said Nicole Richie is your best friend?
No, my best friend name is Nicole Richie.
Oh, okay.
Not this Nicole.
And lastly, but definitely not least, Marcia Vani says, good morning, Expresso family.
No, what's your name?
My highlights was watching you guys every morning and finally achieving my goals, being bond-free and being able to extend the building of my house, going into 2020 with an attitude of gratitude. Shout outs to you, man. We're all about buying property and growing and expanding in our lives.
What is her name?
Anna Chomi.
It's Mersha. Thank you so much,
Mersha.
We love you. We're closing off 2019 and looking forward to 2020. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Do we have one more comment? We have it from Unko. Maybe we can say.
We have Unkosinati Anesu Mahlinza, who says, for me, none. What's YR? None has been bad, broke. But I'm thankful for the gift of life. I've never slept on an empty stomach.
Yes.
I'm still under the roof. Highlights, SA Rugby 1 World Cup and Miss SA is Miss Universe. A lot of people can relate to you, Ngosinati. Thank you so much for sharing your experience this year. I mean, we can go through so many trials and tribulations, being broke, as long as we have the gift of life the very next day and another opportunity to live. So shout out to you.
For this holiday season in Joburg, the classic children's ballet, The Nutcracker, comes to you at Sandton City, reimagined as a theatrical circus-style adventure. Now, there's 4 shows throughout the day, and it's a fairy tale escape for all ages, a magical break in the mindset of your Christmas shopping. And here is a glimpse of what you'll be able to see.
The Nutcracker is a classic tale which has stood the test of time, and it's always a firm favorite on the holiday entertainment circuit. This year's version, titled The Parade of the Animals, is running right here at Sandton City's Centre Court until the 5th of January. Now, talk to us a little bit about this year's version of the Nutcracker. How different is it to your previous offerings?
This year we've introduced the Parade of the Animals, which is not real animals. We've had special costumes fabricated so that the actual performers themselves can portray the animals. We've also added in the aquarium scene from Carnival of the Animals, which is in our finale. And I don't want to spoil that surprise, but it really is a spectacle.
This is such an energetic, fun and colourful show to watch. Tell us more about the characters that we can expect to experience.
We've got 3 new bears as part of the circus, and we've got a baby elephant, which is a family of the 2 clowns that were in last year's circus. And then, of course, we've got the beautiful underwater aquarium scene. So those are the little features that we've added into the show. Otherwise, we've very much kept the same theme of the Nutcracker and characters that we had in last year's performance.
Well, this production takes a completely different twist on the Nutcracker. Instead of following the narrative of the Nutcracker as we all know it, it kind of just explores the world of the Nutcracker with the different countries. We go to the different cultures, the different characters, the bears. We have a beautiful group of Russian bears. We have the clowns. So it's more the celebration of the Nutcracker and of the Christmas spirit that it has.
Well,
Well, the ringmaster traditionally in the circus is kind of the father figure of the production. They also link the show, hold the show together structurally. So there's all these amazing stories and acts that create the entire show, and to be part of that and to introduce the different acts and to link them all together is always very exciting.
Why should people come out and watch this show? What would they be missing if they didn't?
It's an amazing opportunity for kids, first of all, to experience theatre and see what that's all about, and also to escape the real world and come into this world of magic and illusion.
I would encourage people to come and watch because not only is it an amazing show for children and adults, but also it's the festive season and it gives you something to do that's away from home if you are staying at home, and it's a fun show for everybody.
This is a very fun show. It's for the kids. We have lots of fun. The kids also get to interact with us and be on stage, so it's an opportunity for them to do that as well.
It's just a lot of fun, and it's a different way of introducing your kids to theatre and a different way of exploring it. It's also quite lovely with the ballet that we do. You don't really get the opportunity to see ballet so close, and it's a completely different experience for the little ones as well as for the adults. It's definitely something to come watch.
How long is it on for, and where can people purchase tickets?
The production is running until the 5th of January with 4 shows a day, 10:30, 12:30, 3:30 and 5:30. We are off on Christmas and Boxing Day and New Year's Day, and people can purchase their tickets at ticketpro.coza or at the door itself.
Well, it's bigger and better, and it's a real fun show. It encompasses dance, comedy, a whole lot of beautiful costumes, props, really fun family event for everybody. Aside from the Nutcracker Circus, we've also got our Carols by Candlelight on Nelson Mandela Square on the 22nd of December. That'll be also a lovely family event to come to. There's photos with Santa, there's various gift wrapping stations in aid of the SPCA, and real just a lot of fun for the families to come and enjoy over the festive season.
Catch the Nutcracker at Sandton City until the 5th of January, except public holidays. Book at ticketpro.co.za or at the door.
Big or small, we've got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Oh, man, we are getting prepped for the most spectacular show end of the year. You don't want to move a muscle. Likewise, the one final winner we have in the most magical competition we have ever had. No, it's been awesome. This really is the most magical time of the year. It's holiday season, and to celebrate here on Expresso, we have done 5 days of giveaways with the incredible Crazy Store this week. So on Monday, the 2,200 Rand voucher was won. Tuesday, the girls' festive season hamper found a way home. On Wednesday, we gave away a hamper filled with Christmas decorating goodies, and yesterday it was a Fun in the Sun hamper that we gave away. But time now, and of course we had been asking you guys to comment on our Facebook page, on the post, what your favorite festive find at the Crazy Store is and why. And we've now selected our 5th and final very lucky winner via Facebook entry. It is on the line with me now, Non Tutuzelo Gumede. Are you there? I know, and shame, this poor soul has been treated to our rehearsal for our spectacular show end for the last 5 minutes. So you have had, I'm sure, a front row seat to all the craziness. But I'm going to ask you straight off the bat, what did you pick as your favorite festive season goodie at the Crazy Store, and why?
I actually picked like Christmas decorations because we don't have a lot of those at home. So I know the Crazy Store has some really nice affordable ones.
Well, they do, and you have done well. So well, in fact, that you are our latest winner. I'm going to ask my gorgeous colleague to take you through what you have won, because there is only one balloon left. It is the number 4. So 4 is now your lucky number, all right? So remember that, but let's see what amazing prize you have won, courtesy of the Crazy Store.
Ooh, Nontutuzelo Gumede, you have won yourself the boys' festive season giveaway hamper. Congratulations to you! Woo-hoo! How are you feeling?
I'm excited. So I haven't won morning. So I also really, really happy. Thank you.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. This is a sign of the times, girl. You are now lucky. 4 is your lucky number. Go and get a lot of ticket if you can. You are a lucky person right now. But an absolute pleasure connecting with you and giving you a bit of festive cheer, courtesy of the Crazy Store. Hopefully you can go and fill your house with some really inexpensive and wonderful festive goodies. And we want to see pictures, plenty of pictures.
Send those pictures.
Have a fantastic festive season for you and your family. Sending you so much love.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And there we have it. The most wonderful time of the year has come to a close. The Crazy Store has been so cool. Thank you so much for everything that they have allowed us to do to spread that cheer over the fest. Are you taking that home with you?
I'm taking this one home with me. I think this is my lucky number.
Lucky number. It's yours. It's earned it. Congratulations to all of our winners.
Big or small, we've got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Listen, all roads have led to this moment. It's our final coffee with Sis Princess at Mac Cafe for 2019. And what a year it's been. Sis Princess, you know that you are such an important part of our family. You know, without you, it wouldn't be the same. We love you. Do you know that, Sis?
Oh, I love you too.
We love you so, so much. There's been so many moments, eh?
Yeah.
Like, even at the old studio, we were just like having fun, dancing behind the counter, at performances or during performances. What has been your personal favorite moment in studio this past year?
The one for 2-1.
Yes! Of course, no one doesn't like Sis Princess. 2-1.
The best score prediction on live TV ever. It was absolutely memorable. What about you? Do you ladies have favorite moments here?
With regards to Princess?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think my favorite moment would be the day that Princess joined our Expresso family.
Yeah.
You know, it was such an amazing day, but also the day when I invited Princess to come to my house for a braai. And Princess, I said to you, Princess, would you like to come to my house for a braai? And you said?
No.
No.
I think followed by the words, not really.
Not really. No, it's those beautiful, candid, authentic moments that we just love. There's no filter.
There's no filter.
Huh? But we love it.
We love you.
Well, thank you very much, Sis Princess, for being a part of our family, and we hope that you have enjoyed her as well. And of course, we'll see you again next year. We're saying this as if it's like it's the final.
Are we going to get a final coffee?
May we?
Yes. Final coffee.
Last
Final coffee.
Get it. Is this mine?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Not really.
We're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side.
Taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
I love free stuff. Pardon?
It's going to leave like white marks.
Nothing is happening. I don't see any white marks.
Completely dry.
What's in here?
Oh, wow.
Damn.
48 hours antiperspirant. Invisible dry.
Tested on 100 colors. I've never tried this product before, but I'm definitely going to try it now.
Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, today we're making a Clover Festive custard cake with Grace Stevens. But if you think this is an ordinary cake, then you need to think again. This 3-layer cake consists of 2 layers of custard cake, a delicious fruit cake in the center, lashings of buttercream icing, and then, of course, the cherry on the top, our beautiful Christmas cookie decorations. And when it comes to all things delicious and sweet, Grace Stevens in the house, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, it is the last show for 2019, so we're ending it off on a sweet note.
We have to.
I love
because this is life.
It is life.
Sweetness.
Oh, sweetness is life.
Yeah.
So what do we need for this delicious recipe today?
So we're going to make the custard cake together. This is a fruit cake that I bought.
Ooh, I love it. Yes.
And so I'm just going to cream some butter and some sugar here together.
Right.
And then you add your eggs.
4 of them.
1 at a time. Can you see how I did that 1 at a time?
I saw that, and they stayed intact.
Yeah. And then you cream this in there and you put it all together.
Yeah, you could do this in a mixer if you wanted to as well.
A stand mixer is perfect for this, even a hand mixer.
Wonderful.
Always really great. I like to use a wooden spoon to cream my butter and my sugar, and then it works perfectly with all your other ingredients. Vanilla goes in there too. Then I'm going to put self-rising flour, so that's got the raising agent in it. If you don't have self-rising flour, it's just 1 teaspoon of baking powder per cup of flour. And then some salt.
To taste.
And you mix this together. Always with cakes, be careful not to overmix. You don't want to make your gluten too stretchy.
Yeah, you don't want to stress it out.
No, you don't want to stress your gluten out, so it's very soft. And then, of course,
the pièce de résistance.
This is my magic ingredient, my Clover Classic.
Yes.
This is what childhood's about, isn't it?
I send me back.
I send their little ones to school with a straw.
Yeah.
Do you know they got little boxes for lunch
they're
boxes?
so delicious. Since you're adding the Clover Classic to the cake over here, Clover Classic Custard has a very unique recipe and is a brilliant source of vitamins A, B2, and D. Known for being the creamy taste that takes you back, as we said, this is absolutely delicious.
So that's my secret ingredient. That just goes into an oven for about 25 minutes, 180 degrees. And I've got my buttercream here.
Yes.
And now I've layered custard cake, fruit cake, custard cake, and there's buttercream in between.
Wonderful.
All right?
Oh.
And then I started this earlier. So now I've just spread my buttercream all over the cake.
Yeah.
And now this is my favorite part, is the decorating. So I've got these beautiful biscuits over here.
Wonderful.
So let's make a Christmas scene.
Yeah.
So come and help me.
I love that. We've got some peanut brittle too.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want. And if they're not going to stand up, just put a little bit of a toothpick in them.
Let's get some fresh elements on here as well. Go. And I'm going to
You're going to eat that. Well, let me put that down there.
Oh, well, if you would love the recipe for this delicious 3-layer custard cake with a little bit of fruit cake in the middle, all you have to do is SMS the keyword Clover to 33728. We'll gladly send you the ingredients list and the link to the recipe, and you could be making this yourself just like we did right now. Take a look. Nice.
Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Christmas cakes don't have to be the old school fruity variety. Give your Christmas cake a delicious and creamy makeover with this Clover Classic Custard Cake. Add 2 cups of sugar to a cup of Clover butter and whisk until pale and fluffy. Next, add 4 eggs and start whisking. Add a teaspoon of vanilla essence, 2 cups of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of salt, and fold together to combine. Then add 1.5 cups of Clover Classic Custard and stir to combine one last time. Scrape the batter into 2 greased baking tins and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. Frost 1 layer of custard cake with buttercream icing. Add a layer of ready-made fruit cake. Top with buttercream and place the second custard cake on top. Frost the stack of cakes all over with some more buttercream, making sure to even it out. Decorate the cake with all your favorite Christmas goodies, from biscuits and fruit to candy cane and even donuts. There are no rules. Add whatever makes you feel as jolly as Santa. This cake has layers of decadence with a fruitcake surprise in the middle and will definitely take center stage on your Christmas table this year.
Made with love by Clover.
Made with so much love indeed. The key word once again for our festive custard cake is clover. SMS that to 33728. We'll gladly send you the ingredients list and the recipe, and you could be wowing all of your guests this Christmas with this delicious cake. Thank you so much, Grace.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's been a phenomenal 2019.
Yes.
And of course, we'll see you bright and early in the new year.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
Look out
Expresso
for it.
fam, do not move a muscle, because coming up after the break, we have a very, very special surprise just for you by all of us and all of the Expresso crew.
Clover Classic Custard, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
back to your feel-good breakfast show. Of course, it is SABC3, but it is the last quote of the day.
Of the year.
2019. It is none other than Oprah Winfrey. You get a quote. You get a quote. Everybody's getting a quote today. And of course, it said something like this. Year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. Cheers to a new year and another chance for us to get it right.
Wow. A new year and another chance for us to get it right.
Absolutely.
It's like a dawn of a new day, hey? New opportunities, new gains, just the same as a fresh morning. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Mama O.
Thank you so much, Mama O. Still inspiring us since 1980, what? Absolutely amazing. You guys, of course, it's been an incredible year, spending it with you, our Expresso family, and we thought, what better way than to end it off on a high note?
Indeed, we are going to end it off on a high note. As you can see, our table is very neatly and beautifully decorated. Thanks very much to you, Claire. And of course, the last touch that we want to then include is the food that you've prepared and how you then place it on the table to make it look all sorts of wonderful so people can reach it and they can speak to each other.
Absolutely.
Hello there, over the trees. What are some of your top tips when it comes to placing the food correctly on the table?
So I can't take the credit for cooking the food. I wish I could, but I can't today. But what's important is to always have some food on the table, but like the main meals you can put on the side, like on a sideboard or on a separate table, because otherwise your table ends up being too full.
Yes, exactly.
Especially after we've decorated it so sumptuously. So it's quite nice just to have a few plates with just snacks or starters on the table. So there's a cheese platter and then these beautiful lamb ribs over here.
Prepared earlier on.
Yeah.
So people can then nibble. What about drinks? Would you suggest having drinks
our glasses
on the table?
Our glasses are looking very empty, aren't they?
Yeah, very true, exactly.
Okay, so normally I think it's also good to have a drinks table on the side with whatever people want to drink, whether it's a gin and tonic, whether it's champagne or wine. Keep that on ice because obviously it's summer and it's really hot. And then people can go and help themselves to whatever they want, but it's always quite nice to have a bottle of wine or two on the table.
Okay. And plus it makes it a lot easier than when people are getting up and down to kind of work off those calories while because you don't want to be sitting the entire time, right?
Yeah.
So while you're refreshing your drinks, you can do that. And then would you go course by course in terms of where you decide to place the food? So like you said, the main course or the main meal you'd have at a separate table where people can then get up after having conversations over starters. Desserts, would you bring those out to the table then, or would you have those also at a separate station?
It all depends on what dessert you're serving, really, because if it's a big like tarts and things like that, then I'd have it at a separate table because you need to go and slice it and cut it. But if you've got small little tarts which are easy to pick up and put on your plate, I would put them on the table.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to make someone's day right now because we'll be giving away that 2,000 Rand.
Oh, I wish it was me.
Woolies. Well, a very special person now who joins us on the line. Good morning to our winner, Jenny!
How are you guys?
Jenny's excited to win! Come on! We are very well, Jenny. All the better for hearing your voice. Congratulations!
Thank you so much. You've absolutely made my festive season. This is all my Christmas shopping, everything. You guys are amazing.
That is absolutely brilliant. Great to hear that. Enjoy the shopping experience and make some great memories with friends and family over the festive season. Thanks for being part of the show for 2019.
Thank you, and thanks to Woolies as well, because they're awesome too.
Ah, wonderful stuff. There we go. Jenny, the winner of our 2,000 Rand Woolies voucher today, and her festive season has now been made. Thank you very much to you, Claire.
Pleasure.
Thank you to you for joining us throughout this wonderful year. And as Graham said earlier on, and Leanne and everyone else, we do have something special to end the year on.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, sing with me, Claire, and more, much more than this, I did it my regrets. Well, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Graham Richards, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spat it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way.
I've loved and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing
To think, come on, I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. Oh no, not me. I did it my way.
For what is a man? What has he got? Let's go, let's go. If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the lows and did it We did it, South Africa. We did it, the world. Yes, it is
Thank you very much for a wonderful 2019. We'll see you back again on the 6th of January 2020. To our awesome family all around the studio, everywhere. Sintanda nonke makaya. Yeah. Is it time to go already?
Yeah, it is time.
Oh, man. Just stay safe. Have the most amazing festive time. Love your family, love your friends, and post tons of pics. We'll see you on the 6th.
Make someone smile. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Nada. Feel Good Production.